It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey supposed talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. He go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind. Oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner. Oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you lie down, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
That's true. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun diary politico. Maiyegun diary Godfatherism. Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary.
Thank you very much for joining me. Kindly let me know if this audio is by some means is acting up on your own device there, and if it is general. Also, if the video is clearer enough, not pixelating as they say, just before we get fully into it. But while you join, share the broadcasts. A lot can happen in Nigeria within 24 hours, politically and on so many fronts. So I've been away for 48 hours. Therefore, a lot has happened, and I have a lot to share with you on the program today. So share it, relax. I mean, drop your offering, which is like the broadcast, before you finally settle down, okay? Read the caption and read the description of this broadcast and get to see where you are likely going to agree or disagree with me, or possibly just learn something new with what you already know. So share the broadcast for the last time.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Beautiful.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ni.
Thank you very much. There is something I'm going to actually open this conversation with, and that is, even though it seems that people don't really care anymore, right? The president of Nigeria, Buhari, is here in the UK for medical, something they call very serious routine medical checkup. So he's going to be here for like about a week or two. And if you are looking for any of the APC, Egbekegbe's failure that you can't really think of with, immediately, which they are actually many, you are likely going to have a lot. The president of Nigeria, who is suffering from some serious terminal illness, right? And he's been managing it. The whole country have no idea what is wrong with their president. But for the past 7 years, he's been opened up, closed back, access here, all that stuff. Everything about him is right there in the, what do you call it? In the cover of the MI6 Abi, British government. Now, normally, for a normal country where you have normal people, you get. Imagine if the American president, right, is visiting the UK for his medical treatment that nowhere in America could really, deal with. That alone is a national security threat. Something that I believe is part of the compromise to keep Buhari in there. So if you are looking for any failure for that 7 years, I mean, not even once, not like, just once to think of or more. What about those who are likely to be suffering the same thing I'm suffering right now, which I have easy access to? We're in the British hospitals, right? I mean, even if you have, let's say, 10, 20, 100 people who are likely to be suffering from the same thing Buhari probably is suffering from, how are they accessing their own health care? Or do they just die and their family have to just be like, well, she died, he died. Now, for 7 years and over 4 billion every year budget for the Old Rock Clinic, the old people's home, APC, Egbekegbe, never improved the healthcare service in Nigeria. Rather, in 7 years, Nigeria have lost over 15,000 medical practitioners, doctors, nurses, specialists, and all that, to the UK government, to the UK people alone. So if you think the effect of a Brexit on the people of United Kingdom, right, is kind of being felt right now when everyone have to leave. But Nigerian trained doctors, nurses are being shipped out of Nigeria, and you are being denied the access to a proper healthcare, which they fail to fund. Now, that is for 7 years. Tell me about selfishness and self-centeredness, and I'll give you a good textbook definition of that. So that is a fact. In fact, there is a clip when Buhari arrived to come and get his new Jag. I chose to start from there. I think, okay, I have the clip. This one, very short. and the people who have no access to ordinary clinical check, GP, doctor, check me. I don't know what is wrong with my daughter. You know, I don't know what is wrong with my son, or I don't know what is wrong with me. The people who have no access to all of this in Nigeria, right, are going to be compelled to pray for him. In the last 7 years, every time he left Nigeria for the UK for medical treatment, yeah, the poor, impoverished Nigerians will be praying for him. Allah, please bring back our president. Give him healing. Give him strength. Give him wisdom. Oh, the Lord Jesus Christ, our Heavenly Father, we pray for the recuperation of our president. We pray that God will give him healing. Our Heavenly Father, you are the great healer. Now they are busy doing that in Nigeria. While the doctors in the UK plug their president to a machine, checking, is he breathing well? What about that lungs? What about that this one will change? What about that part? What about the other one? Are they already faking? Failing? Should we need to change them? They are using your president. Just what did they call that? What did they do for lab? For experiment in the lab. What did they call them? Tell me. They have a name, and I don't want to say it wrong. They are using your president as a lab material. They are using him to examine whatever it is. You know what I mean? And in Nigeria, your hypocrisy, the weaponized poverty, self-centeredness, and self-hate is pushing you to another one. In fact, with what, we have lab rats, not just lab rats. Clinical. Okay, well, let's put them like, you've got lab rats, you've got a cadaver. Somebody said cadaver. Anyway, you shall get what I mean. Like for clinical trial, like, okay, let's try that one. Oh, there is this new drug. Let's try it on the president of Nigeria. Very, very, very expensive drug. So, there's this president of Nigeria or president of Africa, or this president from here and there, politicians here, we can try it on them. They love everything so luxurious and you know what I mean? While they just put your national security in the hand of your supposed slave masters. But I just thought we should start from there. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, everything don't they take shape. I did warn you on this temple of truth. I said, and that was probably about 4 or 5 months ago, and even prior to that, I said, you see, the owners of Nigeria, the criminals who deliberately underdeveloped Nigeria, I am talking about the septuagenarian, octogenarian rogues who have deliberately kept Nigeria divided for their own sake. That whenever they actually feel threatened that they are about to lose all of that, they would unravel. And by the time they unravel, even you that is angling, all of you that are angling to rescue Nigeria, which I don't know if you are prepared for, you will be overwhelmed. In fact, from my own experience, the next person that is hungry, raging, this country is a terrible, these our leaders are terrible people, we must fight them. And you actually have no idea that this person is also a typical Nigerian that is actually waiting for his own turn, because not that he actually or she actually hates corruption, oppression, suppression, every other thing that makes you angry, that you feel like Nigeria must be rescued. So all of you that are going to be attracted by the noise of we want to save Nigeria, you will figure out later that when the rogues who have held you down for so long, you know them. Some of you are so used to them. If they are not in the camp where you feel like you are right, you will always remember that they are your enemies. They've been there. If you found yourself in the camp where any of them seems to align with, you will pardon all their iniquities and all the crimes they've participated in committing against you. So is that person next to you saying, this country, we must fight for we must vote, we must do all of that, when the criminals who have held you down, when they arrive? Seriously? Everybody go begin to take their own different side, and you will be, then you who probably are so honest, you want to save Nigeria, Abi, you will realize that you are likely just alone. Honestly, I'm going to get to that part if I have the time or if I remember. What I'm trying to say here is that as the rogues are already seeing the level of your rage, especially you, the revolution now, obedient, and everyone out there, I said, once they start, even that your brother that is telling you Biafra or death, you will be shocked that the whole shenanigans will take some of them away from you too. I did say, remember, that when their charade starts and all the lies begin to fly around, typical Nigerians who have been saddled all these years with the, what you can say, solution syndrome. We can't continue like this. Nigeria needs to break. Then you begin to see them. They have started changing their tone. You know, I don't like PDP, I don't like APC, but I'm just supporting Obi. I mean, just because, you know, just for, I told you, I want you to hear, months ago, Abi, it is already happening. Okay? Tinubu and Atiku, they are already closing the gap. Even those who somehow sounded like, yes, we are part of this rotten system. But in fact, we would be so glad to give leverage to everyone who have different views to what this Nigeria is. And in fact, we support you. I said, now because their election never starts. Today, let me give you an example. There is a recent release. I'm so happy that finally, Ilana Odua, they are able to actually eat the bull. She by the eye, ni abi in the eye. It doesn't matter. Like a bull shot, pa. When they released this, released a statement 24 hours ago, warning the people. Election don't start, and they will buy anyone buyable. They will buy any group buyable. If any group won't prove stubborn, they will create a faction. Except if they don't really need you. Ilana Odua put a statement out, and they said, listen, everybody, Tinubu to all Yorubas is a complete distraction for the emancipation of the Yoruba people from this contraption. He also said deliberately, even Tinubu is taking the battle in his own hands to ensure that he crush any Yoruba group that boldly ever come out to say, we don't support him, we don't want him, or we want this or that. So Ilana Odua now released a statement. They said they have received information, a very reliable one, that since the Tinubu people couldn't penetrate and get to the head of Ilana Odua, Baba Akintoye, and Baba Deniran, they said they have in fact found some already willing tool within the Yoruba Nation struggle who have accepted. Shebi omo wa ni. Nonsense, Tinubu is a Yoruba. We want Yoruba Nation. Why are we not supporting it? They have given them money. Whatever peanut they gave to them, whatever it is, Ilana Odua has put a statement out. If you read it in the newspaper, breaking news, Ilana Odua endorsed Tinubu. Just know that the people they paid have delivered. But guess what? Now the job they paid them for, they are delivering. They are not speaking for everyone. Do you understand? That's to tell you, whatever you are witnessing or seeing right now in within Afenifere, this is another example. In August, Afenifere said they were endorsing Obi. Some of us laughed because we know the political, or let me say the politics behind all of this. And in fact, no matter how much they try to argue it, no matter how much they try to convince you that, oh, Afenifere is doing this for that or that on behalf of Yoruba people, I can tell you this. They themselves have confessed to that many times. Afenifere is political. A political group called socio-political group. When you use socio means like social club, but this is a political one, okay? And it, it comprises members. I mean, their member comprises of people who are like retired or kind of self-employed or self-made individuals who want to use their own political and social contacts, according to them, for the development of Yoruba Land, or for arguing the political stand of Yoruba people. So it is a socio-political group, right? They don't speak for the Yoruba people. Do you understand? That's a fact. Tinubu and Co came out and said just what I just said now. Who is Afenifere? Afenifere Bao. And those who want that stuff. Because they're just group of elderly men and maybe women. Right? And then some young supporters. So if you say I'm a Afenifere member, right? You are just a young fan of Afenifere. Do you understand? Those who lead the group have always been, I don't know, like people who are in their 80s and 90s. Do you get that? So they are nothing to Tinubu until they realize hello, endorse Omo Igbo. Hello, endorse Omo Igbo. As the whole politics is about, Ninle Yoruba. No. That is like, no, we can't take that. It is a very strong political stand that the likes of Tinubu believe that very soon Obi is going to run with that in Yoruba Land. Meanwhile, some of you claim that you are already waiting for the day to go and vote for your Obi, whether he's in Labour, he's in Basket, in any way, Abi. Whether anybody endorsed him or anybody, whatever, Abi, even though you are also like, you are so starved of endorsement too, including Gumi. Imagine, Gumi. Maiyegun, Gumi and Obi. And now people are trying to tell me that, when you are trying to lead Nigeria, you have to meet every, tell me about it. Oya Shalaye. But let's come back to the trick. Baba Fashoranti said they called him, that they are coming for prayers. The old man said, just bring kola nuts, okay, for the elders, and we'll pray for you for the success of what you are looking for. 19 months ago, 21 months ago, Baba Fashoranti said he's too old. I can't do this anymore. You know all that stuff, Abi? Then another 98 years old man, Baba Adebanjo, now took over. Everything was fine. No wahala, nothing. do you know right now that the old man don't change in what? Or maybe Natifnubu and gang they drive him because they have to go and they have to go and edit that old man to say, no, we did not endorse any OBO. We endorse Ajiwaju. I mean, people said it's edited. That's where I'm going to go next, okay? Let's go to that. The old man said he endorsed Tifnumbu. But people said, listen to this very well and look at the lips of the old man and tell us, waiting the audio they talk correspond with the lips of the old man. I say, well, you might have a point or what? And they said, look at the level of interrogation. It was like they wanted to have it on record that he is asked, did you not? Anyway, let's go there. You tell me, do you think this is Baba Fashoranti confirming that, yes, we endorse Tifnumbu, no be prayer? So Shola Lawal, that was speaking for Fashoranti, is the one that lied, Abi na Tifnumbu and co. They don't do their thing as usual. You tell me in 2 minutes.
I would see the leader of Afenifere.
You are still the leader of Afenifere. There is now this drama that because of that, Afenifere is endorsing Obi.
No.
I didn't hear that, sir.
No.
Afenifere is not endorsing Obi.
No.
What's the position of Afenifere?
We're endorsing Jagaban.
Afenifere is endorsing Jagaban.
Yeah. As you can see, the trend, the following, the approval, acceptability. You could see yesterday what happened. And the media carried the picture of the whole thing.
I read in the paper just this morning that Adebanjo warned you not to welcome Tinubu.
Can he do that? Can he do that successfully?
But is it true that he warned you?
No.
So what happened?
He took a stand. And
He called you.
And I took a stand.
He called you?
No.
Or you called him?
I didn't call him. He didn't call me.
Okay, you didn't speak about it.
No.
So, in Yoruba Land, what is happening now? Adebanjo is endorsing Obi. Passionate is endorsing Jagaban.
As you can see yesterday, it goes without saying that Jagaban is accepted and we approve of him. Obi has no stand in our mind at all.
Do you think it's fake? Or do you think it's real? If it is fake, sorry that I shouldn't be asking you. Now, me suppose come and say, this is the original video. Do you understand what I mean? So, maybe we will have to dig that to confirm. Maybe some of us wish it's fake, but it's actually real. Don't you think? You know, when somebody says something is fake, they have to bring the original. Do you get that? So if there's already a recorded clip of Baba Fashoranti granting an interview, if you have seen it, please share with me so that I can come back and say, oh yeah, this is what Baba was talking here, and this one is fake. That's on the side, because after the Shola Lawal denied endorsing Tifnumbu, as we speak, they say Baba Fashoranti group, somebody we know DNA group, we know, you know what I mean? They say the man has called for emergency meeting and said no meeting of Afenifere must be held inside the Adebanjo's house. I say, Tinubu at work. You know what I mean? For those who know Tinubu very well, some of you have no idea what you are up against. And I mean, if you have any surprise with INEC, if anything you want to do, seriously, even me, I go sit there and say, hey, you dodge a bullet. You know what I mean? Like, whatever comes after. Tinubu is not somebody any of you can feel, even if he's on a wheel, even if he's, what do you call it? If he's on a stretcher, on a stretcher that I can't talk anymore. He has so much money. He has so much crook, network of them that are willing and ready to do anything and everything. And that's exactly what they're going to do. You know that. And you'll be seeing the ants in the remotest of the remotest places, and you'll be wondering, do you get that now? And that's how much is coming to you. And then what will come after it? We'll get to that part at some point. So as it be now, the money is moving mad in Yoruba Land. They are regrouping, re-strategizing, and they want to say, this is the real Afenifere, and they will back them with money. Look at that old man. That's 98 years old man. Oh. Aged man. But they will use him and milk him for the Jagaban political survivor. Some of you have no idea what I'm talking about, Abi. Don't worry. They say seeing is believing, Abi. And they say experience is the best teacher, Abi. So many of you are going to learn in a very hard way. And you are never going to remain the same after all of this. Good enough, you are all interested, aren't you? Right. So, Baba Adebanjo said, I want him. This one too. Now nearly 100 years old man. Listen to Baba Adebanjo, the one that endorsed Obi. And then talking about Tinubu. Channels Television is the owner of this clip. I beg them. Now me, I just want to educate people. May they no suspend or report me because of this. Sure you get. So the credit goes to them. Thank you, Channels, for this. Baba Adebanjo, by the way, explaining what is going on. Before we go back to Lagos, where Shettima, Tinubu have promised to retire Atiku, among other things. They said, Baba Adebanjo.
Let's begin the conversation and please clarify for us. Is there any confusion in Afenifere? First, we know the stance of your own leadership of Afenifere that you, Chief Adebanjo, at one time endorsed Peter Obi of the Labour Party for president in 2023, and the event that happened yesterday, you were absent at that meeting. What is going on exactly?
There is nothing going on other than an attempt to split Afenifere, to which I will not be a party. I will tell you the story and I won't go further. Fasoranti phoned me on Friday that Tinubu had phoned him that wanted to come and see him, and he wanted to say he shouldn't come. And I said, no, don't do that. You're an elder statesman. If you want to see you, why not? And I go further. Please note what I'm saying, because I'm not going to say more, because I don't want a controversy over this petty thing. I said that because you phoned me, that is why I will comment further. It is a sort of conspiracy among those who want to get Afenifere divided. They have been on this plan over a month ago. And my members came to me to alert. I said, well, don't talk about it. It will be a diversion. All we want now is an election on issues. And so I will direct you to the statement I made, tracing the history of our whole supporting Southeast. And Afenifere is not a cultural organization for the Yorubas. I continue to repeat that emphatically. And I did say that during my interview, during my statement, that Afenifere is the Yoruba interpretation of action group led by Chief Obafemi Awolowo, who is the champion of federalism in Nigeria. And it was on that context that the question of rotation and federal character came in. We are a party to it. And he said, for us to be united in Nigeria, Nigeria cannot be ruled under a unitary form of government. We fought that case until we went to a conference in 1954, and the whole country agreed on federalism, including Dr. Atiku, who before then was a unitarist. And I often refer you pressmen to the Daily Times of late 53 or early 54, after the return of London Constitutional Conference, when Atiku on a 19th from the place said federalism is imperative. It was on that basis that the position of premiership was established in this region, and autonomy was granted to them. Every region has its own. All these revolutions we are talking about were included. All the things that can cause a friction between various ethnic nationalities that constitute Nigeria, we solved it out, and we had our independence. Before that, we had self-government, under which Fashola became Premier and Savdana and all that. It's a long story, but I was just trying to cut it short to show our own position on Southeast is not a new agenda for us. Only those who want to make some importance or some relevance now. And I was stressing that issue to educate our people. When I noticed that they want
apologies to cut in, because I like to.
Like I said, Dababa is over 96 or so himself. He was there in 1954. Can you believe that? Before Nigeria gained independence, he was there as a young man, following Awolowo political steps then. He was one of them, that old man. Right? And he just told you a very short, important story of what gave birth to the western region of Nigeria gaining autonomy, becoming an autonomous region, right? Gaining independence before the rest of Nigeria. So, the idea, like he said, the idea was that there will be rotational, this, that will mellow, and all that. So that's their own position. Somebody said they should go and form political party. Nigeria won't let them, because Nigeria is now unitary. Okay? Baba Adebanjo knows himself. According to them as well, they said Obi promised restructuring. Since Obi has promised restructuring, yeah? So if Nigeria is restructured, maybe Nigeria can go back to being, where Yoruba Land can go back to being autonomous region. From Baba 96 years old, though. Eh? But did you see that he has so much clarity in his presentation and all that? You can't say he's probably like, like slurring, blabbing, and the rest, Abi. And he did tell you, or tell us, the attempt by Tinubu, and it won't be the first time. For those who know the history of Tinubu and all this, Baba, it all started from 1998. Before Tinubu could find his way and get them to drop Dosumu for him to become the candidate of AD. Something he personally, according to who have his record, they said, personally, Tinubu feels so much loath against this old men. Some of them are dead, right? Because of what they made him go through. Because according to them, they said when they were in exile, when Tinubu was running his drug business, running the account for the drug, the drug cartels in America, and he has so much money, he was feeding those who were fighting against the terror in Nigeria called military rule. They had no job to survive. It was hard. But Tinubu was able to, kind of be there for them. So when the 1999 return to democracy happened, Tinubu by then has forfeited some of his money to the American government, some of his properties. He was broke. Ask Benga Daniel, okay, of Cresta Laurel. For those who know that relationship as well, pre-1999. So they said Tinubu felt like those Baba, they felt so much like gods, and they made him suffer to become the candidate of AD and the eventual governor of Lagos State. So his first mission is to ensure that those Babas are completely retired. That was why after 2003 elections, okay, I don't want to go into that, but after the 2003 elections, they started a slogan in Lagos called "No More Baba Sokwe." It started from there. The people they were referring to are these Afenifere leaders, because when you see Afenifere, people in Afenifere, they naturally believe that they are members of Alliance for Democracy, AD. That was kind of touted to be a Yoruba party, a Awolowo party. For those, I don't be too, if you are an Indomie generation, waiting they tell you right now, you go say story, it no go make sense to you. So don't worry, I'll get to your parts. I'll talk to your parents and your uncles now, okay? You relax. But they know what I'm talking about. No more Baba Sokwe. The moment some of the AD governors lost Yoruba Land, AD, the money that should be flowing into running the party, Yoruba party, stopped. See Lagos State, that money that they have today, they've had that money. As the economy changes, now you see a lot of money, Abi. Now, by then, they were relying on Lagos to at least fund their party. Tinubu, being the only surviving governor of AD that time, it was time to relegate this Baba once and for all. They know the story. And for those who follow Tinubu very well, they also know this story. And they will tell you why some of these Yoruba elders, in their old age, they are not in good terms with Tinubu. Sure you get? Because he actually succeeded. He relegated them. By 2007, he already launched his own political party, Action Congress, AC. By 2011, he was already in the process of building alliance to the point that he was able to use that his own political party, ACN, to make a deal with Jonathan of PDP, and he got paid. So around that time, that's when his emergence of the Godfather. You see, these old men, they also know how it all happened. I mean, Baba Adebanjo from 1954, Tinubu from 1988 to 1992, and then to 1999 to 2022. So somehow, they have history. So he has always been very, very articulate in dealing with whoever he feels like they're going to make his whatever ambition or whatever thing he's going for. Whoever wants to make that stop or be a problem, he has a way of dancing around them. And that is Tinubu. That's why they said he's a political guru. No. He bribe, he threaten, he intimidate. And if you can't do any of those, if you can't get his whatever he wants from all those, they will kill you. Yeah. I mean, they will kill you. So Baba Adebanjo and co knows the desperation, how desperate Tinubu is, and he will do anything. That is that. So the Ilana Yoruba Nation campaigners, they have done so much, right, to desecrate that movement. They have done so much without saying anything, without making any noise. They have done so much, right, to kill the drive. And now people where they involved could tell you. But somehow, sadly, they have succeeded in getting into the core heart of the Yoruba Nation struggle, because it is a big threat to Tinubu's ambition. So that is why they put out that disclaimer. If you read it tomorrow, they go put Baba Akintoye picture, put Tinubu picture, and then you will see people, they will say they have endorsed him. How many of you even know that just this year, some set of, some members of Ilana Odua, yeah, they actually came together, and they said they put something called vote of no confidence on Baba Akintoye. How many of you know that? I don't know if you actually know that. Do you? Do you? All right. Well, if you are hearing it for the first time, yes, that happened just a few months back, right? They paid them and they gave a press conference and they said they, as Yorubas or Yoruba Nation for now, can just stay from the side. Let us just support Tinubu, is our own. They don't pay them again. Oh. So if you see breaking news tomorrow, just know where that is coming from. Oh. I just thought I should put you on notice because Ilana don't do that already. Meanwhile, let's go back to the Arrow 404. This particular one is coming from Kolu and Gang. When, hey, there's this explanation I need to make before we get into this so that you understand what this actually means, okay? What you're going to see next. Now, Tinubu is sick, like Buhari is unhealthy, okay? No matter how much they package and do all of that, okay? They know he's not well. However, Tinubu himself need this presidency for immunity from all of the things you have said about him, all of the investigations against him, and everybody coming to, because he believed that a lot of people are coming to get him. Now, before he finally pack off and leave this earth, he would rather use that immunity, and you can say whatever you want to say after that, but he would rather go as somebody, right, who crowned every of his efforts and was able to fool enough people for so long, like Buhari, and he got rewarded for it. So whatever happened after that doesn't really matter, okay? Now, if you know that, then everything else will just look more like just dramas, and you will never take them so serious like what I'm about to share with you, okay? So everybody knows. Now, Tinubu and his team, they have a strategy. Some of you may not know it, but now you should know about it, okay? That strategy is called basement campaign strategy, okay? And I'll give you in a very short way, okay? I'll give you how that works. When you have a very sick candidate that cannot speak off script, that is somebody who cannot really say something from their mind without having to mess the entire thing up, right? So what you would do is that you have to make sure you control the narrative. Number one, you have to make him inaccessible. And whenever they are going to make him accessible, it must be choreographed. And in fact, it must be so huge that the attendees of such his appearance, they will force you, okay, to beam your attention to what comes out of there. Like I said, choreographed. Choreographed means it's going to be like a step-by-step. When we get there, no, you dress him like this. When we get there, you smile like this. You shake 3-4 people. Then when you sit down, you know, like you have to say this, you have to do that. Then the media that will be allowed in are also going to be completely controlled and very, very monitored. Do you get that now? If there's anything out of the script that should happen within that period, they can confiscate recordings. That is called basement campaign. With that, you can control the narrative. So instead of you talking about Tinubu, or instead of Tinubu exposing his frailty, his a weakness and every other thing, including his dumbness, they will have to control everything that comes around him, including his appearance and everything. So all these things may not deceive you because you think you are smart, but somehow they will get you thinking. You begin to look like, oh, wow. Let me show you 1 or 2 or 3 of them, okay? The last time you saw Shettima, a dress like an agbero that just took the oversized raincoat of an homeless man for an event, to the point that they quickly had to jump into a shop and pick up some sneakers that didn't really match. But you see, optics is everything in politics. Okay, optics is everything. It is what people see that they will digest, and most of the time, it is what you see that remain in your brain, whether good or bad, funny or effed up. Image does so much to the people's to humans' mind and memories. So that is why they package. In this case, you will not invite Tinubu to any live TV chats. No, he won't attend that. Except if you are going to have it like a community chat where other people are going to have to come in whenever they realize that he is about to go off mark. So they won't let you have access to him until they actually control what you are going to do when you have the access to him. It's a very powerful way of campaigning. You're just going to sleep and wake up. They go say Tinubu is your next president. You go to ask yourself, hey, are these useless poor people voted? No, educated people too will follow. They will fall Mugu. Let me show you this, right? This is deliberate, okay? When you see an image like this, as a human being, even if you don't like them, even if you laugh them off, but they're never going to leave your mind. You're going to be like, forget to Tinubu self look good in a suit, sha. Now, you don't like him, okay? But nevertheless, you remember that I saw him in suit. It is deliberate, okay? It is your mind. When they take pictures like this, they hide his infirmity. Do you get that now? Anything else you probably want to say, oh, he's not well, he's shaking. They won't make sense, okay? It'll be like, oh, he looks smart, he looks presidential. Oh, he kind of look all right. I mean, look at him. You know what I mean now? Oh, what would you say? I mean, come on. You know, stuff like this, they are called packaging. But you are packaging an empty barrel. Agba fifo. Sure, you get me now? You know, so they organized a meeting where they said it should be meeting with investors, private investors, okay? Now, private investors are people who are usually government contractors in Nigeria. Sure, you get? The people who are like double dealing, they don't pay taxes, they just pay money or contribute money to political parties, ruling parties. Then they commit, those who are in construction among them, they commit serious environmental, crimes and on, and they have to get covered by the criminals like this in government. So they invest greatly. Now, if somebody who is like this in 22 years controlling the fifth. Controlling Lagos, which is the fifth or sixth largest economy in the entire West Africa or Africa. I don't know if that's true, by the way, but they keep telling us that it's a big place. I mean, Lagos State has a revenue base that generates over 1.8 trillion naira. But that's a lot of money. Sure you get. So, and I don't know how many West African countries that can generate that. Maybe South Africa, I don't know. But I'm just saying, right? It's a big place, right? Lagos State money alone, right, is bigger than what more than 29 states in Nigeria would generate. Like, maybe they combine 29 states, all of the money, all of them generate in a year, including Rivers State, the third richest state in Nigeria. Rivers State money, Kaduna, Kano, everywhere. You add 29 states before they can even get so close to what Lagos gets. So, that means that's a very huge economy. And the people controlling who can make your billion disappear if you make wrong political decision, now then be this. The people you pay the tax to, the people you evade tax and tell you, say, okay, Dangote don't come, you say, okay, how much you owe Lagos? I am owing Lagos state government tax of 61 billion. 61 billion. Anyway, go and pay 1 billion to APC account. Go and pay 10 billion to Lagos Alpha Beta, which Ingo collect 30%. Then, okay, go and put 15 billion inside the remittance account. Keep the rest. they will write it up for you. So when they call them, they will have to answer. These are the people, the criminals, that you call the leaders of industries in Nigeria. The giant moguls, this name, all that name, billionaires. They are business, they are government contractors, military, police, military, civilian. They own your economy. They are protected by them. And when they are called, ladies and gentlemen, they will answer with a serious alacrity. So Tinubu and his team, they are working in that regard. They have the money. They have the clout. They have everything. And that is why I was wondering, how come are they now so desperate for a fake bishop to endorse them? A fake Afenifere to endorse them. Fake Obasanjo to endorse them. Fake this. Where are they? They have everything. They can, which is what they are doing now. So when the opportunity happens, some people manage, sneak few things out. Not be only him the package. The man that Tinubu said is going to retire, that is Atiku, insert the package. As it be so, Atiku is older than Tinubu by the Nigerian record. Sure, you know, Atiku is 75 or 70 what? Now 75, I'll be 76. Maybe now 75. So, if Atiku become your president, Atiku will be 79 or 83 years old by 2027. Oh, no, sorry, 2031 or more. Life, you wanted to mortgage, anyway. But anyway, so they are packaging him too. As it be so, Baba go United States Institute of Peace and all of that. Now for outside where the band, where the billboard day, then give a mic, then say me in talk. The people the people Atiku met inside the building, we know about. It's called packaging. And the Mugus are already swallowing them in Nigeria. It's called packaging. Even Kolu. You know what I mean now? Look at this. This is Kolu and Shettima. Okay? Siam, real deal, they say. So, they are packaging. And as for Kolu and his own photographer, you will think Buhari's photographer will be learning lesson when Kolu finally come around as your president. It's called packaging. Okay? But you know, inside this packaging, now die. For those of you who bought that of Buhari, after 2 years, now like this Buhari, they read all your problems when they complain. He's more concerned about what's they happen for Indonesia, Singapore, South Korea, America, France, UK, and all the part of the world. But whatever is happening to you in Nigeria, when you bring in when you brought in Buhari, and like this, they read about your problems. So that's your problem, so to say, which is fair enough. I wish it is just your problem, because it seems to be going to be like everywhere. So Tinubu addressing businessmen in Lagos today, where he promised to retire Atiku, where Shettima said Peter Obi and his mediocre performance, you get that, and all of that things they said today. I'm going to share them with you. But let us first sing their national anthem. Wait with this. Sorry, Jari. That's their national anthem. You see, sometimes when you read the comments, especially on Facebook, I have told you, I don't know, maybe Facebook did that to me deliberately. Sure, you get. I have over 530,000 followers on Facebook. But in the last 2 years, Facebook deliberately reduced those who have access to Maiyegun on Facebook down by over 99%. I'm talking about I'm so surprised some of you are actually still there watching Maiyegun on Facebook. I don't know how you do it. I keep going live, and sometimes I'm like, 50 people are there, 100, 200. Oh wow! Now when I get the notification, over 500,000 people don't get the notification. It's deliberate. Now, when you now read comment on Facebook, okay, and you read comments like, Maiyegun, Shebi, you are shouting Yoruba Nation all this while. How come that today, a Yoruba man that want to be president, you are against him? Now, only few mad people left. I do think about that. That Omo, Olori Brukuni Facebook, you. They shut out, or should I say, all of you don't leave the place, come YouTube. Because if you go onto Facebook, there are like, mad, crazy junkies that will ask questions like that, and you think they probably mean anything. So don't waste your time replying them or abusing them. I'll tell you why. They are not asking because they care. They know that Maiyegun doesn't have any interest in either Tinubu, Obi, Atiku, or any of your charade election. But that Maiyegun, just like Maiyegun was never interested in your 2015 choice of hellfire that you brought everyone in today. But in this 2022, from day one, the consequences of the actions that you take in that your Nigeria is not limited to you. Maiyegun chose and continue to choose and stand on that one day you will realize that the only choice you have, that is the only thing we all have, is to stop doing same thing again and again and pretend that we want to rescue a place that they deliberately made impossible to manage or develop. Okay, for those who have realized, we take a stand. We said, you know what? When we are given a chance, or we have a chance or a choice to make, we will decide never to be part of this nonsense anymore. We will choose an independent, sovereign nation, Yoruba nation. Now, if you now see anywhere Yoruba that is a Tifnumbu, Atiku, or maybe Obi supporter that dropped a comment, like, Maiyegun, Shebi, you are for Yoruba, Shebi, you are supporting Yoruba Nation. How come you are now supporting Atiku? How come you are now supporting Tifnumbu? How come you are now supporting Obi? These are the madmen with phones. Do you get that now? They are not asking because they didn't know. They are asking because they are madmen from that Nigeria, and there's no amount of what you say. They are also the same guys, right, who want everybody asking for Yoruba Nation to be killed or jailed or exiled. They are Yoruba, they are Igbo, they are Fulani, they are Hausa, they are Nigerians. They are the same set of rogues and morons who want Nnamdi Kanu to be jailed or killed, and everybody that is campaigning for self-determination to be killed, jailed, or exiled, because they want their criminal oppressors to continue their business as usual. Do you understand that? Then they will now turn around and say, Shebi, you are supporting, well, I thought you are a Yoruba Nation, this and that. How come you are not talking about Yoruba Nation again? You will think they care. They don't. The reason why I will continue to talk about this same Yoruba Nation, and I will also never stop talking about the Oribrukus that many of you are already doing, from your parents to yourselves, and some of you are actually procreating now. You have children. You're going to leave them in the same mess that your parents probably participated in out of ignorance or probably out of selfishness as well, right? In other words, you are procreating. You are giving birth to children who are being born into the same hellhole. You want it, okay? But I wish that your choice and the consequences of your choices are limited to you. Today, $1 is now 900 naira to $1. Do you know that? 2nd of November, 2022. Yes. The unemployment in Nigeria today is now over 40%. That's a lot. The poverty level in Nigeria right today is now more than 60% of the population. Poor, terribly poor. In 7 years, the terrorists in Nigeria have built so much strength that today it is now an industry where thousands, and in fact, there is a figure, over 53,000 Nigerians have been slaughtered, killed by terrorists in the last 7 years alone. Now, All of these are because of the consequences of your choice. And you are in the majority in a way. So sad. So that is why I will continue to remind you of the consequences of your choices. That never change. The position of Maiyegun, the voice in the wilderness, telling you, even if na ekpe, tó bá jẹ́ pé lọ ṣe fún yín, tó ti forí yín gbé pé, can you at least once in a while just tell yourself and say, we're actually doing the same thing again and again, trying to get a different result. And asking about why are you not talking about Yoruba Nation doesn't mean that you actually want it. Because for those who really want it, you know what they say? Maiyegun, please never stop talking about Yoruba Nation. Never stop talking about the reasons why Yorubas should think deeper and stop investing in a system that is put in place to ruin and destroy us. They have done enough damages already. They said, Maiyegun, don't stop. So you Olori Brukus can then ask me, why are you not talking about? I thought you are talking about Yoruba Nation before, like as if to say your papa and your mama were deaf, blind, and dumb, and gave birth to you, right? I've transferred the same dumbness to you. Or maybe you just choose to be like that. But whatever it is, guys, if you are on Facebook, okay, you don't have to reply some of these cretins. Okay, some of their questions are not because they actually want an answer. It's because they want to shout you down. Shut up. Asiwaju is our leader. Atiku is going to be our next president. Peter Obi is going to rescue Nigeria. You know, all that stuff. They just want you to say that. But we won't say that because in another few months, right? All of the nightmare, all of your charade, all of your fantasy, everything will come to a close. But I am preaching to you. Are you prepared for the aftermath? Something some of you probably don't even think of. For Tinubu and gang, they are well prepared. Listen to Sanwo-Olu introducing Tinubu. He's a kingmaker. He's a people maker. He made this and that. Ladies and gentlemen, can you believe that? In Lagos State, Nigeria, in 2022, there are communities, there are places that have never seen electricity for the past 10 years. Can you believe that? I'm starting from Lagos, so I'm going elsewhere. In Yoruba Land, 2022, 62 years after independence of Nigeria, 65 years after Yoruba Land gained independence, that's autonomous region in Nigeria before the rest of Nigeria. 65 years after, there are still communities in that same Lagos who have no real hospital. They have no real schools. Talking about road, talking about drinking water, that's too much in this 2022. Mo will leave Lagos, Yoruba Land, abi, mo go elsewhere. Do you know how much of poverty they have drenched our people in Yoruba Land? When you go to the rural communities, people are struggling to feed. They are struggling. Healthcare, education. You have no idea the damages these people have done, right? People are suffering. This is not city. You see, the shege where you they see for city. That they are telling you, pastor is telling you, somebody is after your life, somebody is selling your destiny and the rest of from your village. You see, when you go to that village, you go back to the city and punch your pastor or punch that babala or anybody will tell you, say, person where they do you their village. Because it's that village, and there you go, no, say, Nkoti shewa nile Yoruba. 23 years of democracy. In Yoruba Land, there are hundreds, not be say 1, 2, 3, hundreds of communities in Yoruba Land that have not seen electricity for the past 20 years. There are some, they've never even seen any. You will never see electric pole. 2022. Guess what? But they have leaders that are demanding respect. Respect your leaders. All of you. We are Yorubas. We respect our respect kill you dear. Only respect is son. respecting your leader, you need to go in there and you'll be so surprised and say, go to Ondo, go Ekiti, go to Ogun State, Oyo. I'm even going to go to Oyo this evening. But let's go back to Lagos again, where Sanwo-Olu is describing how Tinubu is so marvelous. If you change your mind, no, you can't.
This man is no stranger to how you feel as private sector, as businessmen, as businesswomen, as leaders of our economy, to be able to sit with you and ensure that concerns that you have on a day-to-day basis, he can indeed organize and ensure that it will be things of the past. He will be able to bring back his private sector dexterity, his private sector acumen, his private sector trajectory to bear with you, understanding what are your pains, what are your concerns. This is the man that we're here to listen to. This is the man, and I know that all of the captains of industry see him as part of you. We are at the same point, but just on different sides of the coin. Today, we stand here as a politician, as a leader of our party, as a presidential candidate. But if you look at the other side of the coin, you see a man that is compassionate. You see a man that is business-driven. You see a man that has a lot of appeal and intelligence and understanding that you are the man to go through and understand and appreciate on a day-to-day basis. Leadership, they say, is everything. But leadership is tough. Leadership is hard. We've seen what is happening in global economy. We are not immune. It's not only in our country. It's not only in West Africa. The global trend shows that indeed it's time for leaders to stand up and be counted. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the man that I've come to respect, is a man that also can help our businesses here in Lagos and in Nigeria. I want to welcome you to this event. This business has the trajectory of a man that indeed has what it takes to lead this country forward with the renowned hope for the future. Thank you very much. I want to give welcome.
Zobo tutu. Oni zobo tutu re. Emu zobo etayin. Zobo. But it's all right. I mean, it's their business. It's just that the aftermath of that is Nigeria go sit down here now, where the stray bullet of Nigeria go hit me. To the point that they've made more Nigerians so poor that even those who have work, who have jobs, are finding it so difficult, right, to live a normal standard lives. I mean, it's becoming so difficult. You know, people who could do things 7 years ago, 5 years ago, you were doing fine, everything was fine. But gradually, you just started losing everything. Everything started just like, business. You couldn't meet up with your financial obligation anymore. You couldn't, all that stuff. You lost your job. It all happened like so fast. In 7 years, you've lost everything. Now you're struggling with something, and to the point that there's so much messages, right? Let me tell you something. One of the recent PTSD I have suffered on this from Nigeria is the acts where there's so much people who need the help. Do you understand? There's so much people, so many people. Now, when I say so many people, from your own family, from your own immediate family, extended friends, neighbors or old-time colleagues and all that, then on social media itself, there's so many people who need help. I'm talking about life-threatening issues that are affecting a lot of people. Now, the poverty has also made so many people to now turn online begging into like a job. You won't believe it, oh. Like, but people, money seems to be kind of drifting these days. Like it's no longer like it was, I would say. People know they do give away too much on social media again. Like there was a time in this APC, Egbe time, 2019, 2020. You will just say, oh, I want to do giveaway. Why? 500 naira for 20 people. That's 10,000 naira. 1,000 naira for 5 people. Can 200 naira help you this morning for breakfast? On Twitter, I mean, it was like everywhere. Then you see people who go everywhere and say, help me. They are dropping account. If you want to know, even you will be say, if you post anything, if you post something now on Facebook or on Twitter, you barely get 2, 3 people or 5 people or 10 people to like or even share. Abi, you wake up, go and try this experiment to know how damaged what they have done to the people of Nigeria. Some of you know they have damaged you, but your frustration, sometimes you prefer to blame somebody else, including me. I know some of you will blame me. Shut up your mouth. You this boy. You this Maiyegun. Because sometimes when you look at your problems, I mean, you did see. I understand. Sure you get. I do. But they have turned it to a job where wake up tomorrow and just post it on your Facebook. I'm going to give, put it this way. What can 50,000 do for you this morning? Please send your account. Shebi, when you post your picture, now 15 like you they get. Abi, when you write something, Father Lord, I thank you for today for your blessings. Now 3 people they like him. Your husband, your brother, and maybe your son. I'm just saying. Abi, tomorrow you post on social media and say, what can 50,000 do for 5 people? Please tell me and attach your account and go to work. During your break, go and check your Facebook and you'll be surprised that hundreds of people will tell you the stories of their lives. Now that thing, when I started releasing my number to the public because of Maiyegun's diary political, you can call in and contribute. So many people on Facebook, on Twitter, everywhere. Some don't even believe that I don't live in Nigeria. Or maybe they do, they know I'm not in Nigeria. But that thing don't shock them, hook them so much that some will probably have forgotten that I don't live in Nigeria. I don't have a bank account in Nigeria. I don't have Nigeria money. I can't do any transfer. I can't give anybody anything. But Nigeria has eaten so much of them that they've turned it into a job. So everywhere, if this one give them 500, if that one give them 1,000, if they get a recharge card here, if they get a giveaway of 1,500 there, if they get 5,000 here, some of them are actually like making so much money that they started beefing themselves. Baby. I mean, you're small, my sister. Everywhere where we see, everywhere where they do giveaway, now there you the day. You want giveaway from Lanco, La Casera. You want 5,000. You know that stuff. Like I was so embarrassed, and I was like, "I'm on Nigeria to Bajegon. I'm on Nigeria to daru. Housewife, grown ups, fine barras on social media. They know themselves." Some will be like, my sister, you're on too much, Jare. Every time begging. Make you they take break. That is how rotten and how destroyed your economy has become. But you love to pretend about it, which is fine. It's all right. But just don't think that in that your state of mind, and after listening to these rogues, you now agree that they found another solution that will change your life. And you believe them. Like this Shettima. Let's go to Lagos again, where Tinubu and Shettima took a swipe at Obio, Atiku, everybody. If you get time, now long one, I just want you to listen, for about 5-6 minutes. Shettima, ladies and gentlemen.
One of our elders needs to Your Excellency. We thank you for your presence. Continuing as well, we recognize the presence here of the All Progressive Congress National Youth Leader. We also recognize the presence here.
This nation to a higher pedestal. Leadership, Your Excellency, goes beyond glamorizing poverty. No. We don't glamorize poverty, we fight poverty. I won't tell you that I have 2 pairs of shoes, or I have a single watch. No. Leadership goes beyond spewing dubious statistics or basking in a mediocre performance as the governor of Anambra State. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I respect Atiku Abubakar, but leadership goes beyond unstatesman-like rantings. Someone who cannot unite his own party. I wonder how he's going to unite his The world is talking of artificial intelligence, of big data, of nanotechnology. The training that the elder statesman got from Kano School of Hygiene was that of a wole. And the ability to sell bottled water doesn't make one an expert on the economy. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, my party in short is that Atiku Abubakar is no Abraham Lincoln. He is more of Raila Odinga. And come next year, we are going to permanently retire the political tourists back to Dubai. Thank you so much.
All Nigeria must invest in a better future. We must maintain the channels and spirit of respectful and productive dialogue. At the same time, at times, what I say may help you. Other times, what you say may enlighten me. I must listen. We must always talk and converse with the best of intentions, just as this open door policy is with me before the election. I shall continue to honor it, and after the election, I will continue to represent it. To revive the industry, yes, we have to. We shall bring the nation's industrial policy to life. Key to this is our aim to create major and minor industrial hubs in each of our geographical zones. We created this geographical zone artificially so that we can communicate and grow faster from bottom up. We shall not be satisfied by bolstering traditional sectors. We will foster productive excellence in new areas such as light manufacturing and Nollywood entertainment sector. Through active participation in digital economy, we shall make Nigeria a leader instead of a bystander. Nigeria must invest in a better future. We must maintain the channels and spirit of respectful and productive dialogue. At the same time, at times, what I say may help you. Other times, what you say may enlighten me. I must listen. We must always talk and converse with the best of intentions, just as this open door policy is with me before the election, I shall continue to honor it. And after the election, I will continue to respect it. To revive the industry, yes, we have to. We shall bring the nation's industrial policy to life. Key to this is our aim to create major and minor industrial hubs in each of our geographical zones. We created this geographical zone artificially so that we can communicate and grow faster from bottom up. We shall not be satisfied by bolstering traditional sectors. We will foster.
Okay, fine. It's boring, right? That's all right. It was there, and yeah, it was reading what they gave to him. Actor the script is their show, and until the next one, and the next one, all staged according to plan, and that. But somebody said, "Don't say mad be this." I said, some of you know they forget things. Small play. I go just say, no be this. Every time you see some Woluna madman, you see. Every time I see some Woluna madman, I'm saying. And I know why. You see, I said something about visual, optics, and the rest. Sometimes some certain things, you hear them, you see them, they just don't leave your brain. So if people say some will get shoko, nobody say there be doctors. Oh, it was because somebody said it. And that person, if you remember, in 2018, was it? Yeah, 2018. Oh, Ambode.
And the only way out for us is to continue to do that in the next 4 years. This particular aspirant, as you all know, you can go and check it, the records are there. This is somebody that has been arrested for spending fake American dollars in a nightclub in America. And he's been detained for months. And he knows that he has won mock shots for months before this whole thing was quenched. He's also known that he doesn't have the competence to do what he's being propelled to do. The records are there in Bagara General Hospital. This is somebody that has gone for rehabilitation before. We don't want to go too far, but we know, and we know. Now the truth is this. We don't want to talk about all the things that we know, but we know that, our leadership should have a rethink. Because the truth is this, I will not stand here on the mandate of Lagosians and then allow our great party APC to fritter away that.
I know. The people where they say, oh. Now them they shout, Sowolu Konsi, Swagger 2023, see. Sorry, Sowolu. Sorry, Jare, Ambody. I want dance more. Sorry, guys. Just 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes.
Some people think say you they do juju.
If this is a joke, they will never go free.
Them they born for some.
Oh, yeah, the wood and the bone face for. Is the body, yes, so we can walk. You know, as I'm watching you on television now, they came there. That is all. And they sweet there. When they see me appear like this, they burn them. And I promise them, I'm here to bury them. As they bury them, they see us. As they bury us, they pray. When you say, as they bury them, they see us. As they see us, they go to pray. As they bury them, they see us. Face me and face you. Every morning, every afternoon, every night, weekend, every day, weekend. Weekend is not important. Why are you worried? Weekend is not important. Why are you worried? Allow weekend to rest. A big man, a big man, a big man, a big
man. Oh, we get a fight for your own survivor, guys. In the last few days, Wike has, Wike get waiting. They just make mouth, oh. Now, when everything come crashing later, if he be mouth, because, listen, Atikus are fighting back. Let me give you something. Just one, okay? You see these 5. They are governors in Nigeria. And as them be PDP governors. Okay? Now, as PDP governors, the one on the far right is Autumn, the governor of Benue. The one next to him is Ugwai of Enugu. Please let me know if I'm wrong. And the emperor in the middle, with a Wike of Rivers. The one next to him is what's that guy name again from Abia? Ikweazu. That's Ikweazu from Abia. And ladies and gentlemen, on the far left is your darling Seyi Makinde, that is now trending in Oyo, in case if you want to know what is going on. They say, you see this Seyi Makinde Naharindin. The Yoruba Nation campaigners will tell you how much Seyi Makinde is in fact not different from, when it comes to this, is not different from the monsters that many of you are trying to run away from. In fact, is more deadlier, is worse. And I feel so bad that the first 1-2 years of this guy, I actually felt like maybe there is some. In fact, I was talking to the point that I'm talking about 2019. I was telling people, I said, this Seyi Makinde that is talking cool and all that is a billionaire. I mean, he should be able to make Oyo State the sanctuary for the Yoruba Nation campaigners, whereby if Nigeria is coming after any Yoruba man, once you get to Oyo State, where Seyi Makinde is, you should see it as a sanctuary where you will be safe. Unfortunately, when the rumble for the Yoruba Nation was to go to the height, it kicked off in Oyo State. Can you believe that? The energy that that finally came for the Yorubas generally all over the world. The awareness, self-awareness, preservation that Yorubas today are now having. It started from Oyo State, Ibadan to be precise, and just one man who said, if we love Yoruba land, we must rise and defend Yoruba land. Sunday Adeyemo, Oloye Sunday Adeyemo Igboho is from the state Seyi Makinde comes from. Seyi Makinde, as governor for your state, And whatever political relationship they probably have, past or present, with Igboho, Seyi Makinde was happy for Nigeria to slaughter and kill Igboho right there in Oyo State because Igboho said Yorubas should stand up and defend Yoruba land. Who are the Yorubas that should first stand up? The people you look up to. Oh, our leaders. Then people started defending Seyi Makinde. They said Seyi Makinde love Yoruba. Seyi Makinde is Omo Yoruba Tata. And it, it believes so much is a lie. Nonsense. It's just the same thing they will tell you about Tinubu. None of these people care about any jack shit. They will kill you. If your Yoruba Nation is going to make them, is going to deny them the benefit of what they are getting as a stakeholder in Nigeria, they will kill you. Now, you know what happened? Nigeria plotted to assassinate Igboho. Seyi Makinde opened the door, and that's not the first time. Okay? When NSAS happened, do you know that same Seyi Makinde that said people could protest in Ibadan, they could do all of that, that same Seyi Makinde has ignored. Intervening, are you with me? Intervening in the illegal detention. Can you believe that 2 years after NSAS, there are still innocent young people that are locked up in Ibadan because Seyi Makinde want them locked up? He has interest in them. Can you believe that? They have been to court, but Seyi Makinde has interest in that case. Revolution now. He was supposed to be a good guy until he signed up on why they should kill Igboho. Good enough, they didn't kill Igboho. But there are others who also felt like Seyi Makinde is not who many of us had thought he was. Sadly, I mean, put that aside. No, none of them is going to be enjoying Nigeria. Because if you say you stand for Yoruba, you are going to lose the benefit you are benefiting from Nigeria. You are going to lose it. And these guys, they want to rely on that, Sorry. I don't mean to do that, okay? I don't know where that come from. But they just want to rely on, what do you call it? On that freebie. And anybody who is saying something that is going to make them or denying them that, they go sign up on you and say, make them buy you. Because it's about their survivor. Now, I can't be like, say, somehow, Seyi Makinde don't bite more than he can chew, having followed Wike. Wike that's now turned his own arrogant, whatever that we have seen on display for months before PDP primaries. When he now lule at PDP primary, he can't find comrade Seyi Makinde, comrade Ekpeazu, comrade Egwanyin, comrade Otom, ati comrade Wike. They won't come. Now, these people, they fight for Southern Nigeria now. Look at them. They are pro-Southern. Suddenly, they are now pro-Southern Nigeria. But do you know something? All these guys have already entered a deal with Tinubu. And this information, right, is not new. But the question you should be asking yourself is that, why? Maybe you shouldn't ask any question, because what's your business, right? We say make them face themselves and fight themselves and destroy themselves. So anything will happen, now free of charge. Just sit down and watch, Abi. But Seyi Makinde can't they face more for Ibadan. As some of these guys who are already, Seyi Makinde send his deputy to Afenifere meeting in Ondo with Baba Fasoranti to endorse Tinubu. Are you with me? They're going to do it again. They're going to do a lot of things they're going to say is for the sake of Yoruba. But the problem now is that he's now telling people in Ibadan that they must not include Atiku poster. Don't ever put Atiku poster, any poster where you want print, where my picture day. No put Atiku. Or more, if I say Atiku, people don't get the message. Kasala don't bust. Yeah, now Dino first fired the first shot. Can you believe this? Seyi Makinde we then told us, say the guy is a billionaire, 43 billion. That's how much Seyi Makinde declared. Do you know that? Do you remember that Seyi Makinde declared over 43 billion as his own worth? He's a billionaire. Do you know that? Why am I even asking that? Do you know that? I think maybe I'm just trying to sound like a teacher that would just say, do you know? I say, yeah. I say, okay, fine. Now I can continue. That's how much he declared in 2019. He's a rich guy. He's making his money from gas. Yes, Nigerian gas. And you know what is about gas? You have to know somebody who knows somebody. And if you cover your yansh very well, there's so much money in it. And if somehow you feel like you want to secure that your money that you make from Nigerian gas, Nigerian crude oil, as they say, oil and gas, you need to join politics, or you need to pay very well into political organizations to protect that investment. Many of these guys are joining politics to protect what they have managed, to benefit from their relationship with the corrupt owners of Nigeria. Seyi is one of them. And I'm not saying this because I don't like him again. Okay, well, I'm saying it because I don't like him again. Yeah, sure. That's why I'm saying it. You know why I don't like him again? It's not personal. I've realized that sometimes, like I said before, I said, when you see the Nigerian politician, when they do anything good, now mistake, pay attention, farabale, they will soon show you exactly all the wrong things that are behind that right thing. Now, one of them be this. Seyi Makinde watched Nigeria to hunt Yorubas. It's not alone, no. Maybe now we F up. Maybe na me F up. Maybe na me they build too much expectation. You get that thing? Something that I shouldn't have done. Because the same thing is not expected of APC, Egbekegbe, who control that part of Yoruba Land. But you see this one, Seyi, for his own political survivor, he can't be like, say, na rope, he won't take hang himself. Oh. Don't take my word for it, too. But saying they adopted Tinubu over Atiku, just like Wike have warned people in Rivers, do not put Atiku's picture on any PDP poster in Rivers State. He has gone as much as hiring 100,000 polling unit special advisor. Can you believe that? He's the first governor. He's inaugurating them this week if they have not been inaugurated already. 100,000 people in Rivers State to man the polling unit in Rivers State. Atiku no go see one vote. That's what Wike is promising. With his own 5 other rebels who are also governors. Seyi is one of them. But somehow, Atiku, like I said, they are pushing back. We'll go stop for your WhatsApp group. Seyi Makinde WhatsApp group. The fight don't start. Then we'll go stop at the PDP with the Wike camp physical meeting where they say, she Wike de mad in all this thing when they talk, all this nonsense, where he go vote Atiku, they don't start fight. Oh, now me go report them. And you obedient, they don't tell me, say your momentum don't they go down. They say because us don't call off strike. Say, like say, people know today again to help put pressure. I tell them, say, you are always full of surprises. That's what you promised us. Who surprised them, Maiyegun? With our voters, I say, fine. I've told them, I said, you are full of surprises. It's true. 1 million man match, 2 million man match, 10 million man match. Every match now, they don't talk, say, because us don't call off. That don't die down. I say, una go surprise them. But before all of that, ladies and gentlemen, now Dino first shoot the first shot. Seyi Makinde no get money. Atiku lost election in 2019. Still send 1 billion to Seyi Makinde so that Seyi Makinde can win his own election next week. Atiku nice, so but Nadino talk him. Now it's up to us if we are going to take the word of a clown. What do you think? Let's read this together, by the way. Let's read this together. From Keneri Dino. According to Dino, ladies and gentlemen, talking about how much Seyi Makinde is a very ungrateful human being. While I don't start, everywhere don't collapse. Afenifere they fight, APC they fight. Everybody, you know what I mean? Mr. Unifier, the America. They take picture with signboard to prove that he's in America. Almost sad gone, honestly. Anyway, Keneri Dino, only please admin, remove the picture of the person on this platform and put that of Atiku. Because that group now with a wicked group, sure you get. Atiku, they feel bad. I say, remove Seyi Makinde and Atiku. He said, if you cannot put Atiku, put that of the party logo. We don't want to see this face anymore. Seyi Makinde is an ingrate. In 2019, after the presidential election, when we were out of funds and we were all running around, Atiku brought 1 billion naira. He brought it on the 28th to help Seyi Makinde election after he already lost his own. But today, Seyi is doing anti-party because of hatred that he inherited from his friend. Let me warn the governor here. We are all politicians. If the governor continues to obnob with APC candidate for president at our party's expense, then we will do the same to him too. We will find a governor candidate that we will help with agreement that if we deliver him, he would come to PDP after the election. We already, hey, life in loving Takaiti. Anyway, he said, we already have one of them who was formerly with us. Fasoranti of APCO. Yeah? We can reach out to him. And please, no one should post anything about the deputy governor on this page again. The deputy governor has used his own mouth to destroy himself with us. Canary Dino. First shot. You got to say that one don't finish. You know, finish. Seyi Makinde betray us. Billionaire, you know. Anyway, what's up? What the WhatsApp own? Now indifferent. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba, okay? Lady Abby, can you help us do interpreting? Princess, everybody will understand Yoruba. Help me. You know, too long. Now 2 minutes. 2 minutes. The first one for WhatsApp group. Oh, while I don't start to from Atiku.
PDP power. I don't need your bag here. I don't know. Hey, John, number one, admit in Benia. I go back before to Timbenio. Okay, you come ẹ bá fi photo PDP sí ẹ bá lè fàtíkù sí ẹ fi logo ẹgbẹ́ wa síbẹ̀ ẹ gbé photo ẹni kú ńbẹ̀ ẹ dákun torí t'Ọlọ́run èmi wá fẹ́ rán gómìnà létí sọmọ pé ńgbà tá a dìbò àkọ́kọ́ tán tá a fẹ́ ṣe collation tí wọ́n ní a ní ìdí owó 1 billion naira ní Atiku gbé wá sí Ọ̀yọ́ state 2019 ó sì gbé wá ní on the 25 January 28 ni wọ́n gbówó yẹn wá kọ́mọ yé o kó fi bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run kó fi sí ọ̀rọ̀ ara rẹ̀ àwọn afẹ́ká nìyẹn ọmọ yé lẹ́yìn ìgbà náà gbogbo èyí tí à ń sọ yẹn Ọlọ́run gbàdúrà ọgbẹ́yìn tẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀rọ lẹ́tí sọ yẹn òun ló mọ̀ fún ẹlẹ́dàá ara rẹ̀ Ọlọ́run ó sì bí àwa débi tá à ń lọ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ yẹn wa mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin ìyókù tá a ní Ọlọ́run bá gbé wọn débẹ̀ kò gbà náà ní kẹ̀kẹ́ dáa ní ojókòó pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹlòmíì tá a dìbò gọ́fìnà fún náà tá a dìbò gọ́fìnà síbòmí tọ́ra mọ̀ pé wọ́n lọ sí APC ni àwọn eléyìí ó sì padà wá PDP kò gbà náà ní ìṣẹ́jú tá a ní òfin jókòó tá a bá wọn yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn náà là ń kàfáàdì fún un náà tó náà fi ń débi tó dé àwọn náà sì lè tọ́lé kàfáàdì fún tó wọn ní òfin ṣubú kò gbà náà ní ìṣẹ́jú mélòó kan ojú ọbẹ̀ àwọn agẹ́mọ̀ ojú ọbẹ̀ náà amẹgbẹ́ ta lè support tó jẹ́ pé ẹnìyàn wà PDP padà amẹgbẹ́ ta lè support ní ohun tí ń bẹ́ńlẹ̀ Ọlọ́run gbàdúrà wa Ọlọ́run sì bá wa ṣe ẹ dákun ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ tó wá mọ́ ń post fọ́tò deputy government ẹ dákun látàsìkò yìí lọ tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ ká dojú lé yín látàsìkò yìí lọ ẹ stop ẹ o àfẹ́rí fọ́tò anybody wọn ní rí ìkànnì tá a wà yìí mọ́ ẹ dákun lórí tọ́lọ́hún ẹ jókòó ara yín jẹ́ o ẹ náà bá tọ́ send àwọn kinní wọn sí bí ààyè yìí òun tọ̀hún gbogbo ilé mo fẹ́ ká fèsì ẹ̀ ká sọ pọ̀lúpọ̀ ní ọ̀rọ̀ fún ẹ̀yin ọ̀gá post tẹ́ ẹ mọ́ ń sí ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ jáde tẹ́ ẹ ní mọ ohun tí wọ́n sọ tẹ́kẹ̀ sí ọ̀rọ̀ wọlé tẹ́ ẹ bó òye yín ẹ dákun torí Ọlọ́run nítorí àwọn ẹ̀kẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ̀hún yín o àbòsí òde gbogbo yóò lè sọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu ẹlẹ́wà ni PDP.
Power. PDP. No, the guy never finished. Listen to another one. Here is another one. Where's my cursor? Yeah. Listen.
ẹni tá a wáyé o Seyi hallelujah group òkè ògùn Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ dákun ó dàbí pé àwa tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ àtàwọn tó ń send message tó ń write message pẹ̀lú àwọn first message bẹ́ẹ̀ pé local government kẹ́nẹ́ ní gbogbo wọn sí local government kẹ́nẹ́ ní bẹ ní kẹ́yìn yìí ni àbí ohun tí government ṣe yí ọ̀tẹ̀ ọgbẹ̀yìn tẹ̀ ń bẹ ní kẹ́yìn ní lọ́rùn sí wà tí wọ́n hù yìí ṣé ẹ support wọn ni káwọ́ dára wa yẹn sọ́tọ̀ ká lè mọ ohun tá a gbé sí ẹ̀mí ká lè mọ ohun tá a ń gbá lọ torí a rí pé gbogbo yín ẹ̀ ń wo mẹ́sẹ̀gì wa kò sí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wo mẹ́sẹ̀gì wa tá a rí yín a rí yín tẹ́ ń wo mẹ́sẹ̀gì wa náà ẹ̀yin náà ẹ force out jáde ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ká gbọ́ ní tẹnu yín náà Saki West nìkan ni àtismo bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn náà Saki East bẹ́ẹ̀ èrè ló pé bẹ́ẹ̀ kájọlá bẹ́ẹ̀ ìtẹ̀síwájú bẹ́ẹ̀ ìwájú wa bẹ́ẹ̀ ìṣẹ́yìn bẹ́ẹ̀ kì í sí ń bẹ àwa nìkan wá ní ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ káwa ní ọgbọ́n ti yín o tó bá jẹ́ pé gbogbo inú ẹ wá support governor ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ aláàtìṣe ni ọmọ àti ṣe ara rẹ̀ àwa náà mọ ibi tá à ń lọ torí àmọ́ ẹgbẹ́ àmọ́ ẹni tá a lè dìbò governor fún tó yẹ pé tí a bá wọlé president ó lè cross wánú ẹgbẹ́ wa àwa náà mọ̀ náà tá a sì mọ̀ pé ó wà ń form ó yé wa gan ni o ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ó bàjẹ́ o ẹ̀yin tó bá wù ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin tí ó bá sì sọ̀rọ̀ àwa ń bẹ àmọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ àwa tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ láti Saki West ni torí alága wa abadé pa fẹ́ nà tí ìbá ti pọ́ jẹun ńlá káyè ni àwọn èèyàn bá ti nà ń lè nà lérí pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sẹgbẹ́ rádaràda òsì báyìí náà ni rádaràda tẹ́ ń sẹgbẹ́ yìí náà ni gbogbo àwọn alága èwo ló lè gbélé náà wọn èwo ló lè gbélé Ìbàdàn wọn mọ kọ́ abadé kọ́ Ìbàdàn ojú ń tì wọ́n ni nà síbẹ̀ ṣe sẹgbẹ́ ni Ṣèyí ń sẹgbẹ́ yìí tó bá sọ fún wa pé 10 million tó ń send sí local government wa gbogbo 10 million yẹn ní wọ local government kó sọ̀rọ̀ jáde ẹ̀yin tẹ́ sì gbà tẹ́yìn náà jọ ń gbóyè ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ jáde ká gbọ́ tẹ́ ẹ bá mọ dá padà sí Ìbàdàn àbí gómìnà wa sọ fún wa pé ọyá 10 million yóò 1 million naira ẹnẹ fẹ́ gbẹ́ ìrírí ẹnu ẹ̀yẹ lága òun tẹ̀lé tẹ́ ẹ nínú ẹwọ́ yẹn fẹ́ gbẹ́ nínú wa kò ẹ tó bẹ́ wọ́n à ń sẹgbẹ́ bíi pé ẹgbẹ́ òkùnkùn ẹ wá sọ wá di àná ẹ̀ wá ń dà wá láàmú ẹ̀yin lẹ́mọ̀ ń tẹ́ dapọ̀ àwọn ọ̀dàn kẹ́kẹ́ pọ̀ pẹ̀lú Wike àbọ̀fẹ́ ṣe rí ibú.
That's the last part I was waiting for. See, thank you so much, Lady Abby, for doing that. I could see that in the comments, like, trying your best to subtitle that for our non-Yoruba speakers. Thank you, ma. Abibike vesori buni. Our mo Wike. Abibike vesori buni. Like, it is all about what they want to get, and the rest is just what they can get. Listen to this one, so even from Wike's town. They tell us, Wike they mad, they don't unleash you. So these coming days, there's so much to see. And eventually, you know what? We know what the end result will be. Yeah? Time will tell. But listen to these guys from Rivers State.
Is Director Rivers State Presidential Campaign Committee. So we, the governor of Rivers State, the same way we will work to make Atiku president. So we are used to winning.
Yes.
We are used to working to win.
Yes, sir.
And don't worry your head. Even years of Wike, our governor, will vote for Atiku Abubakar. Because he has no choice. He has just left the party. As long as he has not left the party, he will vote for his party.
Yes.
So the way we used to win, we will win in this state.
Yes.
So nobody should be part. We are used to fighting governments when governments are wrong. How many of us here were in ACN? That is it. This is where we fought Chibike Rodina Meji as sitting governor of Rivers State. We said he was not doing right for Rivers State and we fought it from here. So we are back to what we are used to doing. I thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your readiness. My official title is Director, Rivers State Presidential Campaign Committee. Sorry, Campaign Management Committee. I want to take it again. Director,
but I don't know why. Yeah, there's a continuation, though. But it's that point where they try to explain himself and the rest, right? And trying to introduce his own title, and he got confused. I swear, this is what came to my mind.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
Sure, you get. That's what came to my mind, and I'm sorry. Okay, now the man is still talking, saying that Wike may say whatever he like. Now them they ground. Now them they control this place. Listen to his title again.
Is Director, River State Presidential Campaign Committee. Sorry, Campaign Management Committee. I want to take it again. Director, River State Presidential Campaign Management Committee.
It is smoky Igbo. It is taking the
I'm sorry. I just can't help it. Whenever it gets to that point, that's what comes to my head. Like, okay, I'll let the video play. I'm sorry. Now, let's listen to him. From River State, they go fight Wike. Wike say mad. Sorry.
Is Director, River State Presidential Campaign Committee. Sorry, Campaign Management Committee. I want to take it again. Director, River State Presidential Campaign Management Committee. Senator Lee Maiyegun is the chairman of the River State Presidential Campaign Council. So one is council and one is the management committee. The management committee is responsible for the day-to-day running of the entire campaign structure we are going to have in this state. And then we report to the campaign council. So the campaign council will hold us responsible if we don't deliver as expected. And all of you here are members of the campaign management committee. Don't allow yourself to be intimidated. They can remove billboards. They can tear posters. But Atiku is in the minds of the people of River State. So they cannot tear out your heart. You see, we are Rivers people. We are Rivers people. And Rivers people dictate the direction of elections in this country from the very first election that Nigeria held.
I demand whether they fight themselves for be that Atiku. Nobody even know where in they. Like, if you ask those people talking there, Baba, even though you have spoken for nearly 4 hours or 10 hours, nearly 4 minutes or 10 minutes, and you actually said no single thing why Atiku is right for the Rivers people. Nothing. He didn't say anything other than, Atiku. He was struggling to even describe his own title because they love title. Okay? But now the man be this. Now the Atiku be that. Are you with me? And they are just like the Hallelujah boys of River State. Here you get Seyi Makinde Hallelujah boys of your state. I'll be waiting that guy talk. Hang on. I think he said Hallelujah parish. I'll be Hallelujah boys. What did that guy call the Seyi Makinde? I'm gonna go and read it. Hang on.
How are you? Seyi Hallelujah group Okiogun.
Seyi Hallelujah group. Shebi, you know, I do call these social media cretins, Facebook adsmen. I used to tell you that they are just Hallelujah boys. Hallelujah! You know what I mean? Hallelujah boys. Vuvuzelas. You say, my name is Maiyegun General. I am the Agbadagbudu Guru of Guru Land. They will clap. I am also the kumkum of kumkum land. If you want to understand what we mean by vuvuzelas, hallelujah boys, it doesn't matter what you say, they will clap. Do you understand now? That is the textbook definition of hallelujah boys. All of them are the open WhatsApp group. They call yourself hallelujah boys. They abuse people. You just Maiyegun, you are an idiot. Imagine an hallelujah boy, they call me idiot because I say something about his own slave master. Like I'm on live, you no balance. Oh. This life, no balance. Hallelujah boys would defend their slave masters, even if you give them money or not. Even if you pay them or not, it doesn't really matter. Do you get that? I don't know why all of you are not my own hallelujah boys. I say sensible things. I mean, I say sensible things a lot of time. You told me that. All of now, so maybe I go to do conference. I go see all my people. And you can be my own hallelujah boys. Hallelujah girls. But you know, I say sensible things, so not nonsense. Okay, you can see Maiyegun. Oh my God. Oh, Maiyegun. I am Maiyegun of Egun. Oh God, listen to that. Oh my God, Maiyegun. Oh my God, Maiyegun. You should be doing that for me. Because these guys are saying nonsense. Atiku, nobody know where in day. I say where Atiku day. If you ask anybody, yeah, where Atiku day? Where Atiku day right now? Atiku is in America on a very successful journey. Which successful journey? To where? Taking pictures beside signboard, former vice president of Nigeria, presidential candidate in Nigeria. They post with pictures. You see, this is something I would do. I say, wow, United States Institute of International Peace and Black. Wow. Oh yeah, sorry, Shaminiona, we are. You know, I would just be like that. And I'll post it on Maiyegun's diary political. I say, life in Washington, peace to the world. I'm at the World Peace Institute of Peace Center, New York. So, I mean, Washington. Say, oh, Maiyegun, I love that your picture you took at this by the signboard, by the signpost of Institute of America Institute of Peace. I say, because I know if you enter the building, there'll be people like me that they look for there. But Maiyegun, didn't you take some pictures inside? Like, you know, did you take the tour of the building? About what did they worry you? At the past street, I see American Institute of Peace and Unity. I've been at peace and war. I don't care. But whatever it is, it looks so beautiful. Oh, yeah, sorry, Shamilona, we are. Make it look like, say, they just the waka. But for Atiku, it won't be president in Nigeria. It's not going to do a waka pass. Let's pretend that he's addressing people beside the signboard outside the building. You know, some people said that he's been wandering about in Washington anyway, to the point that Dino Melaye, Canary, Dino, has nothing to show to you where Atiku is meeting people. The guy has to go to a church in Maryland. How many hours? All of you in America, tell me, how long is Maryland to Washington? I think they are not really that far, are they? I don't know. I believe they are not that far. How many hours? Dino had to travel. They say even the homeless people where APC, they use in America, they saw Atiku, they run. I say, well, I mean, if I see this guy like this, I'll run. For real. If they say, is this that guy in suit? And the guy who won't be president of Nigeria be that. I'll kind of feel somehow too. Like, wow, it'd be scary. Who is that guy beside him with that Akoto Olokada? Say that one Abia State Governor. Abi no be him. So they no see people raise. We go come probably just show up and say Nigerian community. Do you know how to travel to Maryland? Can you believe that Maryland? Come go attend church service. After the church service, people will know him as a comedian. Dino, Prophet Dino. They took pictures with him. Dino posted a picture on social media and said, Yoruba community in Maryland. Show mad Dino. You know level one here now. Which Yoruba community? Yoruba community in Maryland. I saw that. Sorry, I didn't bring that picture. I want to respect those people because Dino na madman. Where Atiku day? Nobody know. But for Nigeria right now, everybody pocket dagger. Then they put dagger for pocket. Say, if you see anybody, yeah, will you stop them? Because of Atiku, where nobody fit talk say, where your presidential candidate? Omo, we don't know. Tinubu can they use that one, the Buga, PDP, and the rest of them. But I mean, good luck with that. Now, the final part is just a reflection. Somebody don't catch the bug as well. A pastor can't get message for Wike and Seyi Makinde. Somebody sent that to me. I was laughing, listening to him. Some of you may not laugh. It's funny to me. This prophecy. Listen to him.
Out. I am telling Wike, all this noise will end one day. People you see that they are supporting you, all these boy that are following you within your party, all these small boy governors, you know the small boy governors that are following you, you will all perish together. Just to tell you that I don't belong to any party. I belong to whatever God says that I deliver. That is the way God reveals. You keep watching. Nigeria should know today's date and see what will happen at the end of the day. The noise of Wike does not even get to heaven. It's just a nonsense noise. So mind you, you better change and confess your sins and ask for God's forgiveness. Wike, there's a blood in your hands. Too much of blood. So this noise you are making, they just eat you small and you begin to cry. If not really cry now, more cry is.
Oh, Pastor Willie, don't pretend. You know, she prophecy. Is that prophecy? Baba, all of us did this Facebook, we did social media. No, they use that, they bobo those people within your church. Like say you now God, which God they talk to you, say we can this one could be that. Not today. We cannot get anything to lose. You are right. Seyi Makinde has a lot to lose, but fine. But Baba, now on this social media, you get not go to deceive people, say God said. Which kind of bobo be that? When we cannot they go for second time, and he knows that they will deal with him once PDP gain power. All these things happening now, they will deal with him. So he want to make sure that the PDP no gain power. Now he's going to do it for Tinubu. Pastor can they give prophecy. So I said, that's why I said it's so funny. It's so funny to me. But it happened anyway. So where the Wike has signed a deal, this is where somehow, you know, me, I no be billionaire, I no be Nigeria politician. But when you look at these guys, sometimes I just feel like, look at Seyi Makinde. He's made a deal with APC. I told you this weeks ago, if not months now. You remember I said, what Wike is doing when he met with Tinubu in London is a very straightforward offer, just similar offer that Obasanjo gave to the AD governors in 2002, 2003. But Obasanjo betrayed them, he played them, or should I say, well, he didn't fulfill his promise, right? And what happened? The AD governors that believe in Obasanjo, they paid the price, except Tinubu survived. So what Wike deal with Tinubu is a different deal in a way, I'll tell you. You remember that in 2014, when Atiku and gang were ready to bury PDP, right? After the whole crisis of this or that, yeah? Atiku and gang, they now en masse, they left PDP to go and start a new party, APC, to join them. If they didn't leave, maybe PDP won't lose, even though you want them out with your election and whatever you were feeling that time. It's just going to be like a splash and it's not going to happen. Abi? Now, fast forward to now. Okay? The deal where the Wike is making is not to leave PDP. Their deal, the way it is a bit similar to that 2003, is that they will be in PDP. Those who still won't contest. They will contest under PDP for governor, assembly, and national assembly. Okay? So, they who are the alpha and omega of their states, according to them, or all this arrogance, Abi, including Seyi Makinde, they can control who vote for who in their state for presidency. But when it comes to their own, they also know how to control who vote for them. So Wike is doing exactly that in River State. Now, if you go to Autumn in Benue, Wike just gave him about 15 campaign vehicles. Some said they are bulletproof for those who are going to kill Autumn, right? Now, the deal is this. They will all vote and mobilize and fund Tinubu APC for president against Atiku. Okay? So, now, if they deliver to Tinubu, when it is the following week for their own election for governor assembly, their own state, Tinubu people who are celebrating their new president, Tinubu, they will now fulfill the agreement and let all the APC people and everything, let the PDP win the governor. That's the deal. Now, the deal where they make some of the PDP people like, Seyi Makinde ya weredi, abi were she Wike in all that stuff, So, everything done propoye, igboro ti daru. I'm not interested in how they deal with themselves. I am just interested in when they are done dealing with themselves. The aftermath, we only have just about 12 weeks away. 12 weeks. Do you get that? 12 weeks. And most of every projection, prediction, and everything, they will begin to take shape. So as it be so, they say, when the Wike no get anything to lose, you have no idea what Wike is going to lose, right? If he's not protected. And he knows his protection is not coming from Atiku. In fact, they will deal with him. Then he has 4 other people, 4 other governors. And according to Wike, they won't leave. But there are others too who haven't shown face to threaten Atiku. Now, the bottom line is this. If you wake up tomorrow and they say Tinubu is your president, don't think it's because of your election or what have you. It is because the owners of Nigeria, the hungry political orphans that you have been raising in Nigeria, because now you they feed them, now you they clothe them, now you they feed their families, now you they, you have been the one taking care of the families and your politicians for decades. Do you understand? So to survive, they are beginning to realign, align and realign, align and realign in the long run, to the likes of Wike. As long as they are protected, even if they turn your life upside down, that is your own cup of tea. Now, whether they are going to succeed or not, it's a different thing. But for people like us, who you can call the collectors, people who collect information, process them, and can predict what will likely happen, sometimes they happen, and sometimes they nearly happen, and all of these are from the actions and inactions of the criminals who are supposed to keep everybody sane. But since they are mad, you can always keep yourself sane enough by picking their acts and actions in order to predict and project what they are likely to do, and possibly prevent or protect yourselves from the consequences of what they're doing, which is what I'm doing right now. Now, for Wike and co, it doesn't matter if APC sell Nigeria. You see that 2023, you are looking for your own survivor. They are looking for theirs too. At the end of the day, you only have one loser in all of this. Guess who is that loser? You. Who actually listen and believe every trash these guys make, or every trash they spit, every promise they make. So when they burn you, like when they burn your fingers, what happened? You are the only loser, because you are the one who believe in the snake oil merchants, the liars who have done it again and again, and they continue to do it. You are going to be the only loser. That is why when you say you are a one Nigerian, number one, you are lying to yourself. There's nothing like that. It's not real. It's not true. Then number two, you will be a loser in all of it. The system never lose anything. Have you noticed? Maybe I should say something about that before I take calls as well. Do you know that a system like Nigeria's system actually never lose anything? You want to change the actors, the players, but you don't have a clue who set the rules. The system set the rules, right? And at the end of the day, it's like betting against the house. Yeah, when you bet against the house. When you go to the casino, when you go to everywhere, right? You bet against the house. You can never win against the house. That is why it is so wrong to continue to believe that you have an idea. This ideology. Oh, I have this great idea. If we try this, Nigeria is going to be great again. You are lying to yourself. Do you get that? There's no great idea that is going to fix Nigeria or punish those who have made Nigeria worse. You're going to always be the loser. Because somehow, you're going to celebrate ending some corrupt group only for them to realign with the people you thought are also with you in displacing those rogues. Then you found out that they are friends. What are you going to do when the thieves you chase actually are friends with the saviors and messiahs you bled for or you are bleeding for? Is that not a scam? I mean, like, to me, that's a scam. So definitely I'm going to believe that whether they call themselves PDP or APC, whatever name they give to themselves, if you dare believe in anything and it is covered with one Nigeria, trust me, you are betting against the house. You'll be the loser. And Nigeria has a way of making you regret that. I have stopped making myself available for disappointment about Nigeria. I have learned, right, to understand the fact that, in fact, Nigeria was not put in place for me. It's not for you. It's not for me. But sadly, even those who have put all this together, right, consciously or unconsciously, or selfishly, or mindlessly, right, they never thought that what they are denying you, they are denying themselves too. When they deny you regular power supply, which has created and contributed to underdevelopment in so many places, right? They created poverty, which is now a burden on those who have, which is have not, versus the haves. That amount pressure on those who kind of believe that they have escaped the basket of poverty. Now the pressure is on everybody. Nobody is safe. They took and stole from what could have built you hospitals, medical system that could take care of millions. Fine, they could access all this same thing abroad. But isn't that stressful for people who could have put that same resources into use and build that same infrastructure where they themselves could benefit? So listen, as then they hurt you, they are hurting themselves. And long time ago, I don't know, somebody like me believed that Nigeria is not for me. And I would be so kind of be a bad person, right? If I allow my children to believe in a lie I have been told all my life. Now that I've found out, so do I want to tell myself that, you know what, let me just believe what I want to believe, because it will be so sad to believe, to realize that what you have been told all your life about Nigeria have been mostly lies. Now you've told your children same. Would you really face your children and tell them that with what you know, in fact, they have a future in Nigeria? Can you? I mean, just being honest now. Now, we currently don't have any much choice or so until that point where we can break ourselves away and free ourselves, Abi. I found out a long time ago, even before Asari told me. But Asari, forget about the person. Listen to the words. Nigeria is not for you. Nigeria is not for me. If we have a choice, we will go back to our countries, because we're nations before they forced us together. Now we couldn't even understand ourselves. Not even like to talk and understand ourselves enough to say, oh, let's do this right or do that, change this or that. Because Nigeria is not for you. Nigeria is not for me. If you don't believe Asari, can you please believe Maiyegun?
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you?
Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you. 70 years old man. Now mumu na too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise.
Are you with me? There are choice and choices. There are consequences of those choices. For example, right? Found this beautiful young woman, industrious, productive, and all of that. And you, as a young man, productive, like other stuff as well. And then you choose to settle down and live the rest of your life with her. That's a huge choice. There will be consequences. They can be good. They could be bad. But your choice always have consequences. Same thing. As they say, elections have consequences. Meanwhile, thank you very much, Felicia. Bernard, I've got so much comments going on in there. And if I didn't highlight this, your own super chat, I'll probably miss it. Mind you, thank you for your generosity. That's a lot. Thank you. So, your choice. Devil. Baba, see, listen to me very well. Okay? Now people, we don't F up. We don't get explanation for why they did what they did. People who cannot own up to the consequences of their choice and decisions in life, when they have nothing to say, in shame, to cover all of that, they'll say, "Now, devil, I don't even know what they think." Baba, you know what they think that time. You were thinking right. At that point, that was the best thinking you were doing. If you work out well, you probably will call yourself a genius. Oh my God, Angelina, the first day I set my eyes on you, I knew you were the one. I knew you were the woman who is going to change my life, the mother of my children, the one that's going to inspire me. Now, because you don't succeed, though. If life hits you at the end of the day, Angelina don't become something else. The same Angelina, darling Angelina, will become a witch. See, they told me, they warned me, my mama, before my mama died. They say you be witch. They say you go destroy my day. Look at me. I was a young man. I was very, very, look at my life. You destroy, you know what I mean? But listen, nobody destroy your life. Your choice. Yeah, people could probably influence your choice for good or for bad. But I have learned that for whatever you do, there are consequences for everything you do. Good or bad, they come back. So don't use devil and blame devil. Even sometimes, from what people told me, people who don't see devil, when they in place, they think about the situation of the world. They think about, say, the time where God sent me to this place, make I become the Lord of the hellfire. The world no bad reach this one. Now, small time, as it did, they think about the depression where the world they give them. From there, they hear the alarm. They say, this one do this one for Nigeria. They say, why did you do that? They say, nah, devil. Even me, devil, no fit do that thing when you do. How come you blame me for everything? Are you with me? It's a joke, but it's not a joke. It's actually an illustration, something to tell you that when you make choice, when you say, I'm going to go there, that's a choice. When you go there and you come back and you succeed, whatever happens, the consequences of your decisions and your choices, as you have the right to make your choices, as you have the right to make those decisions, please don't blame devil for the consequences of them when they go wrong. Same thing with election. Same thing with your choices, your one Nigeria, and every other thing you've managed to tell yourself about Nigeria. When the consequences of those decisions come, hey, don't blame the devil. Don't blame me. I know you blame me. Most of you blame me for some of what is wrong with your lives. But I didn't do anything. I did nothing. In a place where this guy is actually a hero. Look at this. I can't even walk around and say, oh yeah, shake me like this guy. But he's always been part of it all along. He's a star boy, by the way. Look, watch this. That is Alabarago in Lagos. I haven't done anything to you. But there are some of you watching me right now who feel like, no, Maiyegun, I don't like you. I don't like you. I said, why don't you like me? What have I done? You insulted Shettima. This guy coordinated the kidnapping of over 280 school children. And the story behind the whole thing pointed at him. How could you like him and you don't like me? He's an APC member. He's our leader. Oh, really? Okay. Well, fair enough. Then why do you have to blame me when the same set of people who have the capacity, right, to actually make your life better, safe, your children safe, but they haven't done that? Then you turn around and say, this Maiyegun want to cause wala for Nigeria. They are supposed to arrest this Maiyegun. Why? I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? It is what Nigeria is, sadly. For me, I'm telling you, when you make all those choices or those decisions, please, don't blame someone else for it. Own them. Because by owning all your decisions, you are likely going to make a turnaround. Change it, not to repeat it. I think I learned that way myself. I actually learned that way. Like, you know what? Don't blame the devil. Now you do it. Let me do it. Say, I don't even know what happened. I lost money. Or I actually trusted that person. Then I lost something. I'm not going to blame somebody else. It's my choice. It's my decision. I don't want to do it again. But I'm going to do it again if I have somebody to blame. If I am not taking responsibility for it. Do you understand? So I'm just saying my own. Don't think I'm speaking. Wait, why are you talking like this? Mike, why are you speaking? I'm not speaking for net. I'm just trying to see if I'm like talking to you one-on-one. Like, you know what I mean? But the bottom line is that I stand for the independent sovereign nation of Yoruba people, whatever we choose to call ourselves. And if majority feels like, no, we just want to be part of Nigeria, I am just one person. Do you know that? You are one person. But the amount of information, the amount of enlightenment and education that most of us have accessed, there are other things covering them, making them impossible to use. But you, as a person, they say if you know better, the best thing in life is to do what? Is to do better. And you can't continue to procrastinate, continue to give excuses, and continue to ignore facts. They won't go away. And when decisions and choices are made, there are consequences. I believe in Yoruba Nation. I strongly believe in Biafra as well. And that is why I continue to enlighten you that the reason why some of you don't really feel comfortable with all of this, you know why? Because those who conditioned you, socially programmed you to say what you are saying when it comes to Nigeria, the excuses you are giving, they are the same people benefiting from what they have programmed. To go out of that, it will take a special, I don't want to say special prayer. It's not prayer. It will take you a special kind of a courage to say, now this is it. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm not gonna give you excuses again. The moment you get to that stage, you are likely, seriously, you are likely never going to be in position of being manipulated again. I mean, nobody will easily manipulate you, using religion, using other things that are kind of no. Listen, let me say hi to my friends. I don't know. I think I've got a few of my friends who are like coming on, so generous. And that is this is my person, Arts or Shinsin Junior. That's quite generous of you. And thank you so much. Okay. Your super chat actually came twice. Wow. God bless you, Baba. Thank you. Yeah. So I was thinking of taking calls tonight. But my time seems to be so up now. But I still want to take calls just to make up the number. I've said all I have to say. I've told you, mine is just to make sure that, you know one thing, there's nothing I say to you, there's nothing I tell you about these politicians and the rest of the, or Nigeria generally, that you don't know. You do. But the problem is this, or let me say the difference is this. Some of you read some of these headlines and some of this news and you just read them passively. You just pass them on. But my job is to make you think about them, because in them, inside them, hidden, some of the truth that you need to understand them and never ever remain in a position where they will manipulate you to the point where you have to continue to do the same thing again and again and again, then expecting a different result. Do you get that? My little role is so little, but some people told me it's quite so huge and impactful. So thank you, and thank you for listening. Listening to my rant. I do that all the time. And I could possibly take a break where you too can say, Maiyegun, this is the part I want to add to it. I would love to listen. It is so late in Nigeria right now. You are 1 hour ahead of us. I've got another half an hour, 30 minutes to take 1 or 2 calls, but I also need to refill this. I'll take just 1, 2. Okay? Then we can call it tonight. Don't go anywhere. Do me one more favor. Just like the broadcast. Like it, share it, and honestly, if you stay back and subscribe, you'll be my hero. Honestly. So, but don't go anywhere. I will be back and I'll come take my course. Let me go make my tea. I usually kind of have my caller waiting, mostly before I kind of come back from my break. But, you know, I got one, I lost the call. I got another one, I lost the call. Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to wait for just 1 or 2 more minutes, okay? And then we're going to call it a night tonight. So thank you so much to every one of you who has been part of this again. So I'll leave it on. And mind you, just before you go, we were nearly 2,000 again of us on YouTube earlier, okay? Now, I'm going to ask that for everyone who is still there with me on YouTube, who is yet to drop their own offering, okay, which is like the video, share it, possibly subscribe as well. If you haven't done that, okay, you can do that now. I'll take 1 or 2 calls just to fill up our last period on this program, and we can call it a night, okay? Thank you. I have somebody back on the line. Here we go. Hello there.
Maiyegun, good evening, good afternoon.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Depends on the time. How are you, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. And yourself?
Sir, I am managing. I'm still here, and thank you for asking. So, you are my first caller, the first successful caller. So, what's your name? If you don't mind?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Say that again. From Nashville, Tennessee, and your name?
This is Biodun from Nashville, Tennessee.
Biodun Abe. Abe from Nashville, Tennessee. Sir, you are live. Everybody can hear you.
You said it all.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your for the ministry tonight. You are a pastor of my generation.
God bless you.
God will continue to bless you.
Amen.
More and more and more.
Amen.
We won't have to say much. Just like we've been saying now, we just have to wait, sit down and see how the game plays around.
Exactly.
Atiku is in America now. Yeah. Atiku is in America here now.
Yes.
Trying to buy his way out.
Well, you guys in America are not really that nice. It never used to be like this. Like they never run out of people to welcome them. But what happened this time around? Like, what's going on?
Because people have wake up.
Yeah.
To some talent, to some extent. So you don't want to associate yourself with those crooks anymore. Because once you associate yourself with them, they will take a picture with you. You're definitely going to see on social media.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, your friend will call you. I want to come over you. Are you okay?
What's wrong?
How much did they pay you?
Doing?
So let's go back to Nnamdi Kanu situation.
All right, sir.
Our executive is fucked up. Legislator is the same thing. What is it called? Our lawmakers too are the same thing. Nnamdi Kanu have representative in his own constituency that can represent him in his what is it called?
In the National Assembly to raise this issue there.
God bless you. To raise the issue up. You know, instead of doing that, they send delegation to London to go and represent the Kere Madu that commit a crime, which everybody knows is supposed to be a national disgrace. But one first
the Nigerian senator is going to be in prison until March next year, by the way. Continue, sir.
Exactly. I have with the little time I've spent here in America,
yes, sir.
I have a little understanding about how life is. As a matter of fact, I'm a truck driver.
Oh, bless you.
I've driven all over. I've driven up.
Now, they run America. They don't joke with you guys. You are a rich man. But
no,
continue.
As I'm talking to you now, I'm on the road, but I can hear you. You inspire me a lot.
You haven't answered that. You are a rich man. The truck driver in America. But continue, Baba.
So, just like we've been saying, I live in Nashville, Tennessee.
Right.
I just want to share a little bit of experience with you.
Please do.
The senator, my what is it called? My mayor of my state only misused $10,000. $10,000 of the state fund.
Public money.
Public money. They told her, you can go and Google her name. Her name is Megan Berry. She lived in the same house she used to live before he became a mayor. She still lives in the same house today. It's someone that is accessible. So our own people now, once they become a senator or whoever they call themselves, they will run away and go somewhere else. So you will not have access to them anymore.
Far away
so in order for this lady, far away from people. So this mayor now was asked to resign voluntarily. He was loved by everyone, but she made a mistake. She took a vacation to Paris, where she misused $10,000 of the public funds. And the judge told her, if you don't want to go to jail, resign and walk away. That's a plea bargain. America is the most corrupt country in the world. They take it or you leave it. But one thing they always do, they will deliver. Even though you give them a kickback, they will always deliver. There's a mayor in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. is in jail now because of the COVID fund he misused. He stole some of it, which is the same COVID fund they give to Nigeria all over the world, and our people stole it and used it for their own. They use it for their own self-interest for whatever reason may be.
Yeah.
But when we tell them there's no rule of law, the foundation is messed up. We keep bringing different contractors to build another structure on this rotten foundation. Could it work? Could it work? Let's just scatter everything. Let's forfeit the whole foundation.
Now that we are still talking and hearing ourselves, more would do and peacefully. Everybody go your separate way. Don't be fight.
Let's forfeit the whole thing. It's not a crime. We can start all over again. Well, Maiyegun, I want to thank you once again.
Thank you, sir.
I will continue to bless you.
Amen.
You are you speak for me, for my family and my generation.
God bless you.
God will continue to bless you.
Amen.
And one more thing I would like to share.
Please.
Like I told you, I have a friend that is part of this disarray called politics in Nigeria. I always share your program every single time you come online.
Bless you, Baba.
Do you know what this guy told me yesterday?
Tell us.
He said, why do you keep sharing this guy program all the time? And now replying back, which of whatever this guy is, which of his message you don't like? Tell me.
Or which of them
so
is a lie against your people?
It's a lie. So the man couldn't say nothing. Then he was saying, well, the democracy in Nigeria is different from the one in America. I say, is that the same democracy? I will know what. You are talking about which one? Till now, I called the guy never answered my phone. I said, only
he told you. God bless you, Baba.
So what I told him was, make sure you spend that money wisely. Ọjọ́ kan máa jọ́jọ́ kan tí owó yẹn kò ní sí mọ́ bó ṣe kò ní wá bó ṣe pọ̀.
Tí wàhálà ẹ̀ bá dé ẹ̀sà.
Now that $1 now is now $100. I told him yesterday. I saw the now before now.
Yeah.
I said, do you know if I send $5,000 to Nigeria and I'm a millionaire?
You are a multi-millionaire. You are a millionaire.
A multi-millionaire. If I send $5,000, which is supposed to be nothing, if I send $5,000 to Nigeria now, that's a lot of money.
A lot of it.
But do you understand how they fucked up that country? Well, I say, well, I'm still calling you now. Mo ń fà ẹ́, ó fara ẹ padà. Tó bá yá, wàá rí nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ. So, thank you.
Mi ò robi sí ẹ o. Mi ò robi sí ẹ o. Ìfà nǹkan tí mo ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ gan, nǹkan tí mo ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ torí pé mo fẹ́ kí wọ́n náà tiẹ̀ as in kó enjoy ìbáyé ṣe rí. Not irú ìyàtọ̀
fún ìjẹwà yìí. Mo sọ pé ní pé wọ́n ọ̀nà tí mo rìn lamẹ́ríkà ń bí báyìí. Everywhere is tight. Kò jẹ́ ní láti sọ fẹ́ nìkan kó wá tó àyè ọ̀nà yìí. If there's a pothole, Maiyegun, let me tell you something. There's a pothole on this road. There's a number on the freeway. You call that number and give them exactly where the pothole is. Say, hey, T-Dot. Ọ̀nà ìwọ kòtò kan wà ń bí báyìí o. I'm telling you, I'm not just joking. In the next 2 hours, T-Dot because we pay for it. Infrastructure and everything. Now people
yes, sir. 198 billion a year. That's a lot of money. Imagine, in the hands of those guys.
Imagine.
Yeah.
There's not supposed to be any road in Lagos State. You are tired. Like I told you, I travel everywhere in America.
Let's talk about. Let's remember that in Lagos State there are communities. Fiojuri, no government by for the past 15 years. And they are watching me.
Right.
Life on here. But how can you convince me that the people who could give us that?
Tẹ́lá àwọn báyìí wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé àwọn ti dàgbà wọ́n kàn fẹ́ jayé yẹn wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ dáadáa.
Ọjẹ́ tán.
Kọ́ lè jayé yẹn wọ́n fẹ́ jayé yẹn tán. Tọ́ máa jẹ́ tán wọ́n á tún wá transfer ẹ̀ sáwọn ọmọ wọn. Wọ́n á tún máa lù lọ. Then àwa máa dàbí dọ́ọ̀mí àbí.
It is well, Abi. Thank you so much for stopping
by. Much,
even though you are working, and you too.
All
just drive safe, Baba, and stay safe. God bless you. That's Abi. I mean, I wish I could drive truck. Okay? I wish. Agbeke won't let me, because if you are a truck driver, you have to be constantly on the road, and you are likely going to have to learn, and your family have to learn how to see you maybe twice a week. Depends. If you are cross country, they probably will see you once a week, and that will actually make you a very, very good father. I said, but apart from that, oh dear, you have a lot, right? That could take care of almost everything. Then you have a system. It doesn't matter how much you are making, that somebody's going to target you for it. There is also a system that is there, right, to ensure that every value of that penny that you work for is not depleted. And if any of them is depleted by any means, people will pay for it. That's one thing about this system here. Doesn't mean that they are not corrupt too. There's no country as corrupt as America. At the same time, there's also no country in the world where rule of law for real, actually exists. It's also in America. And you really, really need to know how huge America is and how much just following the law, just the rule of law, how much that is so easy as an instrument, right, to run a just, equal, and fair society. You don't understand. It doesn't require any iron hand, special. It is a system. If a system has a rule of law, when you do wrong, you get punished according to what you did wrong, okay? If you do good, you get rewarded handsomely according to your good. Now, with that, the society is not going to be so perfect, but guess what? It will keep the society in checks, including those who are supposed to be powerful people, like untouchable. Human beings actually misuse power. It is natural. You abuse it. If you have power, you naturally abuse it without any checks. If you have no checks and balances, so to say. But despite as corrupt as America is, the corruption in Nigeria, which has ruined Nigeria, crippled Nigeria, right? People are getting away with them because the system allows it. Now, look at us. So thank you so much, Abi, for raising that point with us. Like you said, Oniya won lo ma je itoju. But remember, say when the sinners are being punished. Maybe that's religious, isn't it? Like, Maiyegun, that one is religious. You cannot convince me otherwise. But they say when the sinners are being punished, even the believers can share from it. Teleshe Banjiya, sir. Kilolo Mashale, hello there.
General.
You see me? Somehow, I just felt like that must be a man, right? Because statistically, sir, on Maiyegun's diary political, 70, can you believe that 72% of those who listen to Maiyegun are males? I'm not proud of that. Only 28% are female. So when a call comes through, before I hear the voice, I can guess that it's going to be a man. So how are you?
My general.
Yes, sir.
Every time we be, Nigeria is a nation in which the foundation is fraudulent.
Bless you.
Number two, is run by people who are fraudulent.
Again, number two.
Operating a fraudulent system.
Completely number three. And you cannot build something on nothing, sir. We
will get nowhere in Nigeria. I was reading Princess comment now, telling the people abroad that we are waiting for that, but we don't need to wait for that. Brother, I have studied Nigeria. If we decide today to get everything right in Nigeria, I'm telling you, we will enjoy Nigeria.
Exactly. I believe too. But there's no intention.
Sir,
even if when people have good intention, right? They have good intention. We should do this and that. Then suddenly they turn to monsters. And you begin to ask yourself, were they hiding this before? Listen, they are not hiding it. The system and all that encourages it.
It's the system.
Bless you.
Who could believe Keyamo could turn what he has turned? Who could believe Oshibajo will be in power?
Well,
that man is intelligent. Oshibajo will be in power, and we are where we are.
And he's now a dummy.
Look at it. Should I be mentioning name and be mentioning name? Like the woman talking to us that day. He said Emefiele is an intelligent man, is an intelligent banker.
So I was told,
Can we see where we are? I just want to beg everybody, let's get back our nation. We can get a nation where everybody will enjoy. I told a friend some other day, I said, Nigeria ile osha. Ile oti shani Nigeria number one. Àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn dẹ̀ máa bá àwọn ẹranko kó máa bá àwọn ẹran ọ̀sìn jà. Why hunger in the land?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Mo ń bá àwọn èèyàn kan sọ̀rọ̀ láìpẹ́. Ẹni yẹn wà Nàìjíríà báyìí. She gets ó wá láti Canada. Lára àwọn èèyàn wa níbí náà ni. Maybe one of these days mo lè ní luck tóun náà máa pè wọlé tó máa sọ pé Maiyegun mo ti padà. But if I saw you, I was share pẹ̀lú wa one day. But just sọ̀kọ́ tó ṣẹlẹ̀. This person, pẹ̀lú insecurity issue tá a ní, this person have been to Ondo, Ogun, Ekiti, right? And he said, Maiyegun, ha! Òṣì wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, àwọn èèyàn wa ń suffer. This is not about not having money or anything. Like nothing called developmental exists at all in those areas. He said he is so shocked that in 2022, I said, you shocked? I'm happy you are shocked. A lot of us are going to be that shocked when we go back to our different communities and be like, wow, this place exists in Yoruba Land. Baba, people are home now. And the characters.
Let's analyze it.
Oh yeah, tell me. You can tell me better. Go on.
Let's analyze this thing.
Oh yeah.
Somebody was collecting 170,000 naira. A civil servant was collecting 170,000 naira 3 years ago, and he's just getting about 10,000 naira increment. Till level about change by civil servant. Tell me, with that money, is the man poor or is the man rich? Then what is the percentage of people? What is the percentage of people in civil service? There are some people teacher in private school in Ogun State, in Oyo State, in Lagos State, owned by 45,000, owned by 35,000. Continue by salary regularly. Let's organize what the fair kilo per fiche.
Kilo per fiche. In Nigeria, I don't got an cat.
I'm not by the way, or Shabbat, don't by the way, empower. Elulem for empower. Even empower your baniya wo, your baniya wo, your loma. Tó bá jó nìkan ó máa gbalé ó máa sanwó ná ó máa fowó wọ mọ́tò kí ló fẹ́ fi ṣe.
Ara aṣọ síra ẹ̀ at least.
Kí ló fẹ́ fi ṣe kí ló fẹ́ fi jẹ. Now talk about millions who are not even having the job at all.
Who don't even have anything. They can say I collect 30,000, I collect 20,000. We don't get anything, but whatever they can just lay their hand on, feed on. Esa, I know Remi yen sọ pé Maiyegun mo fẹ́ record video. Ọwọ́ mi ò record video. Only I wanted to record, but what I have seen, I got so weakened that I'm not proud to record them and share them with anybody. But he said, Maiyegun, we have wala we're gonna let you bow. It's like a keg of gunpowder. And guess what, sir? Only out of school children that we are talking about in the north. They are not in schools. They are there now. Let me share something with you finally. I was talking to somebody very close to me today. Yes, sir.
Even with the free education that only Makinde lawyer, imagine a boy. The boy is a deaf boy. Just Owomoto law school. That boy cannot go to school because the mother cannot afford just Owomoto, just the transport fare.
Just to get him to and fro.
He's not paying school fees, so in Ibadan. Not paying school fees in Ibadan. Not buying some textbook that Makinde is giving them. Just that the boy cannot go to school, cannot afford the whole school. Ogomoto. Yes, I'm telling you, the what I was told today by somebody very close to me. The boy has stopped going to school because it's a deaf child. Where she is living is far from where the school of the deaf is. Sherry, Awata diaspora, Atawata Wanli, let's discuss. Because the more we delay,
the worse it becomes. Maiyegun, I appreciate you.
I agree. God bless you, Baba. Thank you so much again for stopping by. Our time is up, and I do appreciate these two callers. Seriously, I do. Okay? And this is where I'm going to draw the curtains. And thank you, for spending your evening with me again. You actually listened to me speaking for 2.5 hours. Wow. I don't know if I can listen to me talking for 2 hours. You must be the core Maiyegun general, real base. And I call you brethren in the temple of truth. Let's do this again. I'm going to see you some other time. If you also have this, if you're just joining us, by the way, you can watch this from the start. Seriously, I spent 2.5 hours talking. So which means you will listen to me for 2.5 hours on different things going on with some short clips and some, kind of vibes around it. Whatever it is, I've had fun tonight. I've learned something new. And at the same time, I hope I have watered your soul with something you can think of while you go to bed tonight. What you do with everything we've shared or spoke about is yours. You will be responsible for them. Whatever way this comes, at you, I hope you will be able to do better now that you know better. I'll see you some other time. And good night from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun diary politico.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin ti ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.